And it's live. Hey guys, Gogsy here, and welcome back to Matchday Live with Passamike. It is the first game of the split for the Scottish Premiership, the 34th league fixture of the Scottish Premiership season. I've been joined today by Di Stefano Talks and Adam. How's it going, boys?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, Gogsy. Thank you.
I'm all good. Really looking forward to today's games. Just the fact that Motherwell's back. I'm actually looking forward to it because last week 5-0 went over for Martin United. I mean, highest score of the round. So hopefully we can continue our goal scoring form. But St Mirren's are a bit of a bogey team for us at the moment. We've not won against them in the 3 games that we've played this season, even though there's been a couple of dodgy decisions here and there. But anyway, as we roll into today's fixtures, I'll just start off with Motherwell starting 11, then I'll go to Stefan and then to Adam for their games that they're covering. So for Motherwell, starting 11 is as follows: Liam Kelly in goals, Stephen O'Donnell, Declan Gallagher, Ricky Lamy, and Nathan McGinley make up the back 4, with Crawford, Campbell, and Lawless and Roberts in midfield, I'm assuming, and Cole and Long. It looks like a 4-4-2, either that or a 4-2-4, which is absolutely bizarre, but it's good to see Motherwell going with a two up top because we don't actually do that very often. But yes, St Mirren's starting 11 is as follows: Anik in goal, Shaughnessy, McCarthy, Doyle Hayes, Flint, Dermis, McGrath, Connolly, Fraser, that diving bastard Lee Irwin, and Erhahon making up the start 11 for St Mirren. My prediction today is going off the fact that teams often, once they miss out in top 6, even though their fans and their chairman was saying, "Oh, we're going to get the top 6 here and there and everywhere," or even in some cases a top 4. The fact that they've missed out on a top 6, they've not got much to play for. Motherwell will still have to get a win in order to hopefully secure safety. So I'm thinking with that logic, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for the Well. Stefan, you're up, mate. What game are you covering today?
Well, for me, it's Celtic versus Livingston. Looking forward to this one, Gogsy. Celtic host visitors Livingston at Celtic Park today. The game is part of the first round fixtures of the Premiership split. Celtic are looking to end the season as strong as possible, and picking up 3 points would be the perfect place to start today. The last time out, though, for Celtic, they demolished Falkirk in the Scottish Cup third round tie, and have set up a tasty encounter with their old foes, Rangers, that will take place next Saturday. I'm sure we'll come on to talk about that. For Livingston, they come into this one as perhaps the underdogs, but you know, as they've showed all season long, you can't really write them off. David Martindale's done like a magnificent job at Liverpool since taking over, even taking them to the Livingston. Sorry, I don't know where Liverpool came from. Obviously, he's done a great job. You know, he took them to Hampden in February to the League Cup final, and you know it was a bit of a game where you wouldn't say they were unlucky; they were deservedly beaten. But to get to that point was a good result. You know, they'll be hoping to end the season strongly. You know, do they have a chance at European football? I think they're 5 points behind Aberdeen. Could be close. And as I say, I wouldn't write them off. The last time these two sides faced, though, it was a 2-2 draw at the Tony Macaroni Stadium, a match which saw Celtic captain Scott Brown sent off. He'll be hoping that doesn't happen again today. The team sheets for Celtic, it's Bain in goal with a back 4 of John Joe Kenny, Christopher Ayer, Stephen Welch and Greg Taylor. In midfield, it is Brown, McGregor, Forrest, Turnbull, El Yunusi, and up front it's Edward. For Livingston, it is Robbie McCrory in goal, a back 4 of Devlin, Fitzwater, Guthrie, Longridge. The midfield is Bartley, Holt, Sibbald, Pittman, and James Forrest's younger brother Alan is on in the Livingston team today, with the Jet J. Emmanuel Thomas up front. Should be a tasty game. At least I'm hoping so. Hopefully a high scoring game. But we'll just need to see what happens, Gogsy.
Thank you very much, Stefan. And Adam, what game are you covering today, mate?
Gogsy, I am covering a huge basement battle clash in the Scottish Premiership. Host Kilmarnock trail their visitors Ross County by a sole point heading into this one, and Kelly make just the one change from their 4-0 win over League Two side Stenhousemuir in the Scottish Cup, and line up as follows. It's Colin Doyle in goal, a back four of Adam McGowan, Kirk Broadfoot, Zek Medley and Brandon Houndstrup. Gary Dicker and Alan Power sit in front of the back four, with Chris Burke, Rory McKenzie and Mitch Pinnock looking to provide for Kyle Lafferty. As for Ross County, they make 5 changes from their Highland Derby defeat to Inverness in the Scottish Cup last Friday night. Alex Iacoviti replaces Cole Donaldson in defence. Carl Tremarco replaces Leo Hielda on loan from Stefan's Celtic at left back, with Ross Draper and Jordan Tilson entering the midfield, and Jordan White replaces Ollie Shaw up front. So it's Ross Laidlaw in goal, back four of Naismith, Iacoviti, Watson and Carl Tremarco. Midfield quartet of Michael Gardine, Ross Draper, Jordan Tilson and Ian Vigurs, with Billy Mackay and Jordan White up front. Certainly going to be a tasty encounter, this one. It appears to be the battle of the Northern Irish centre forwards, who both bagged a brace in the last meeting up in Dingwall, County winning 3-2 on that occasion. Lafferty has 6 and 3 for Kilmarnock, obviously netted a hat-trick against League Two Steny, and Billy Mackay has 5 in his last 6. So hoping there'll be goals aplenty, and I'm going to say that Kelly will edge out County by 2-1.
Fantastic, Adam. Now, before we get any further in today's stream, I'm going to look at some comments before today's games. Charles Dunn makes his first substitute appearance of the season for Motherwell after a long-term injury. I forgot to mention that. Edward McLean says, got the Celtic game on my pass. I'm watching you using my phone. How's it going? It's going very well, mate. Callum Davidson says 1-0 Motherwell win and 2-1 to Livy against Celtic. The Monk says, afternoon troops, we'll see a Shanks masterclass today. Well, today we're not covering Dundee United. We've only got the 3 of us on today, so you'll just have to send in your updates there. 4-3-3 with Lawless in the number 10 role. Ooh, that's cheeky. Not seen us do that for a wee while. 2-0 Motherwell and 2-1 Celtic. Patrick McComiskey, the Pars man, says make or break for Dunfermline today against Ayr. Johnny M says 3-1 Motherwell today. Hopefully you're not wearing your lucky Motherwell tracksuit, because we usually lose with that. Matt White says it's the Jonathan Sutherland lookalike.
I mean, I'll sort of take it. I've certainly had worse comparisons.
Callan Thompson says 1-0 to Mirren. Oh, no, not 4-2 St Mirren. Jordan Roberts is on fire, got on to score, and Motherwell to win 2-1. Cheers, Mark Hanna. Now we're going to go into Coupon Corner. It's the part that if anyone's got any bets on in the comments, or if any members of the panel have a bet on today, feel free to state your bet. Wait, there it is. There's a sticker. So today I've gone with a wee cheeky accumulator of just a fourfold. I've gone with Peterborough, Queen's Park, Motherwell, and in the Celtic Livingston game. Stefan, you'll have to update me on this today. 2 goals in the game, 9 corners, and 25 or more booking points. There we go.
You were on point with your corners last weekend. There was definitely more than 9, but I don't know about 2 goals.
That let me down.
It was. No one get booked in that game, surprisingly.
It was bizarre, but because I had one on, and like everything else had come in, and just a couple of bookings, and that had done it for me. Got a handsome fee, but. Anyway, does anyone actually have any bets on today?
Stefan, you?
I was going to let you go first. I'm not a betting man. The last time I bet was in the 2014 World Cup. I think it was Nigeria. We're playing Iran, and I only did it because Effie Ambrose played for Nigeria, and I put a tenner on, and I didn't get anything back because it ended 0-0. So no, my betting days are over.
Fair game, Adam.
Just on the Sky treble, mate. Liverpool to beat Villa. Norwich, who are away at... Can't even remember off the top of my head. And Bournemouth, I think, host Coventry. Who are Norwich away at again? I can't even remember. That's terrible.
Derby. They're playing Derby.
Derby, that's right. That's right. So
well,
just that wee treble.
I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that your bet gets beat by Aston Villa beating Liverpool, because that's my English team.
Who, Villa?
Villa.
Is it? Villa and Motherwell are your two teams.
Yeah,
I rate that.
I've been cursed my whole life.
How did that sort of develop?
I've never been as obsessed as you would have been probably about 10, 15 years ago about the Premier League. Because everyone growing up wanted to be the next Ronaldo, not the next Lionel Ainsworth. So, but it was like I couldn't be bothered. Like, I was just watching a game one day, and my cousin Douglas is an Aston Villa fan, and he was wearing an Aston Villa top. I was like, I'll just support them then. That was literally the only English football influence I've ever had.
I'm a big fan of that. That's decent.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got Matt White has gone for an 11-fold. Accrington, Stanley, Oxford, Doncaster, Fleetwood, Gillingham, MK Dons, Hull, Sunderland, Dundee United, and Motherwell all to win. Portsmouth as well. Okay. John M's got his brand new training couple. They never won it before. Did Leeds win?
Yeah, 2-1. Nicked it at the very death. The Stuart Dallas brace. I saw that. Crazy.
Yeah, you love to see it. I love that. I'm a big fan of that.
Feel for the fans, though. That would have been unbelievable to see that away end just going absolutely nuts with a last gasp winner in Manchester. Oh, crazy.
On the piss afterwards.
Oh, what?
Hello, Alan Strachan. I hope everything's good with you. But yes, we've got 13 minutes till kickoff. Wrong account. All right, okay. Hybe's Fan TV. Let us know what you're thinking with the Hibs game as well, because they are playing
Rangers at Ibrox tomorrow.
Exactly, which we are covering as well from tomorrow at 2:45. So feel free to join us then. What? I'm still trying to sign into the Motherwell. It's not working at all.
Neither's the Kelly match just yet.
It'll come on about 5-2, mate.
Happy days.
That's all the games on the site there.
Perfect.
There we go.
I'm glad I don't need to worry about any other sites not working. Yeah, I've got the perfect path to paradise here. So I say perfect. It's full of errors, but at least it works. I was going to say there, my iPad's on my bed a wee bit, and all I seen was like the baldiness of a guy's head, and I thought it was John Hartson. I went, "That looks a funny John Hartson." It's Jackie McNamara.
Can see why you'd be so mixed up.
I just seen a bald head, and I just assumed, "Oh, that's John Hartson." Then I looked and I went, "That's no John Hartson. That's a funny looking John Hartson," and then realised it's Jackie McNamara. What a player, by the way.
It was something else in his heyday.
Yeah, phenomenal player.
Not such a great manager though.
I think he did all right with Dundee United.
Up until he sold the players and never replaced them.
I was going to say it was Armstrong and Mackay Stephen, wasn't it? That was the downfall from there on in.
And Gold, was it not?
Gold was a big one.
Gold as well.
What a player, by the way.
Well, small.
Is Ryan Gold's deal up at the end of the season? I thought I saw that on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, I'll take it. I
bet you will.
He's done well out in Portugal, I think. Maybe not as.
Oh, sorry, mate. No.
Sorry, no. I think he's done well. Just maybe not as good as he could have if he'd broken into the Sporting Lisbon team, etc. But to go out and be on loan and still be tipped for the Scotland squad, he's done a decent job. But I think maybe now's the time to sort of move on and either come back to the Scottish League or maybe try and do something down south. But I think his time in Portugal's probably coming to an end.
I'm surprised because I thought that he'd go the opposite way and probably stay I'm not saying necessarily Portugal, but I can't really see him coming back to the UK. I think Braga was one of the biggest teams that were recently linked with them, but that seems to have sort of fallen through. You don't see as much of that now, so certainly will be interesting. And I think on a free transfer, it'd be a great pickup. Even sort of, don't want to say for either the Old Firm, but he probably could be on the cusp of either of those teams for me.
I don't disagree. I would take him at Celtic 100%.
Indeed. And hello, Joseph. No need to apologise, mate. It's 9 minutes till kickoffs in the game, so this is just the sort of forward before we get kicked off. Motherwell, Goggsy, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
That's superb, that.
Jesus.
Michael Presley says, "Good afternoon, lads. Have you taken anything on the Grand National?" Yes, I have. I've bet on horses for the first time in a long time.
Just lost all respect for you there, Goggsy.
There's only one that I'm on. I'm on a cashmere sweater because I hear it's a great jumper.
I love that.
That is quite good.
That was terrible.
I just took the one that has the funniest name. So I was like, I went for Discorama, I think. There's the Motherwell team for you, Sean, as you missed it earlier. You were saying, Stefan?
It's always the daft names that win the Grand National, isn't it? Like the stupidest sounding names.
I spent about 5 minutes looking for Finbar's Fury.
What's Scotch Corner up to?
What's that doing these days?
Oh dear.
Superb says Stefan, decent pun, but face reveal if Livy win.
No. I'm not jumping into that. I think maybe if I had a few more cans down me, I would have went yeah, and then Livy would have won. But I'm going to say no. If Celtic win the league, I'll do a face reveal.
You don't want a Jonathan Sutherland comparison, mate. So you're probably best off where you are.
Do you know, my mate said they went on a podcast. It's on YouTube for the first time. Like, it's on YouTube, but they went on it for the first time. And one of my mates is bald, right? And he gets the bald jokes. That happens. He's got a lovely, delicate sort of beard, and it looks really, really great. One of those beards that are just so full, and it's just like, damn, I would really like to have that beard. Well, someone went, who decided to bring on a guy with an upside down head? And as funny as it is, the YouTube comments section is just savage, and a guy with thin skin like myself couldn't be dealing with the snarky comments. So I pay compliments to both of you for showing your face. I just don't have the guts for it yet.
Well, it can't get any worse, mate. I've cried at Ibrox, so that was pretty much me from the get go. Like the last 4 years, it's just been, well, it can't get any worse.
No, it definitely can't.
But besides that, there's video evidence of me on one of these streams overseeing Brora Rangers beating Heart and Midlothian 2-1, so it can't get any worse than that either. And my ugly mug's just like in bits.
Oh, brilliant.
I still can't go over that result.
That makes two of us.
It's like when they scored, you were like, when Hearts equalised, you were like so happy. You were like, yeah, come on. And then like 2 minutes later,
5 minutes later,
you just seen this reaction of you looking doom and gloom again. Like, oh, I don't believe it. Oh, brilliant.
It wasn't even joy. It was more relief. And then they just go and chuck it away 5 minutes later. It's a good laugh.
Horse racing is a brilliant sport when you get into it. Fraz and Stevie are taking time off. I've allowed them to have some time away. Great interview with Sods. Yeah, well, it was mandatory travel because it was for my work. So, loophole. I've got I was looking at Mr. Malaki previously. Originally 20-1, now 14-1, and Lakeview lad at 40-1. Yeah, exactly. I didn't breach any guidelines, as I stated in my video.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Anyway, 5 minutes till kick-off, lads. Then we'll be getting all the juicy action and whatnot.
Do you know, I still can't go over the fact I called Livingston Liverpool today, and it's given me the fear that they're going to show up like prime Liverpool of 18-19 and absolutely do Celtic here. So I'm really hoping that's not the case.
It's a sign.
As I said, yes, Moxie did a great job on the camera. Joseph, who you picked in police today? Stay local. Aye. Well,
It's like stay local, like, obviously for the guidelines now. Like the sort of case of support your local, you have to just stay local now, like at all times.
Exactly. Just looking over a fence or whatever.
People like I get that on Twitter. Like someone was like support your local, and I live like maybe 10 minutes for Celtic Park, and I was like, well, Celtic Park, it's my local. Like, sorry.
Yeah. that makes sense. Got absolutely no gripes with that. When Stefan was talking about Livy at Hampden, I had a feeling he was about to start calling it Wembley. Well, basically is. Adam looks like that massive Austrian boy that scored 2 at Hampden.
I don't even know that boy's name, but again, another shocking comparison. I just get abused on these. Johnny Sutherland and now this random Austrian geezer. Fantastic.
Well, it's better than any other Austrian geezer that he could have been.
Don't say.
As it happened on the Scottish Cup second round stream.
I'll say this when we go off air about an Austrian themed pun that people look alike, but I'm not. I won't say it on air. But I seen it on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was pretty funny.
Well, I'll look forward to hearing what that was all about.
Yeah, likewise. not sure where this is going here.
Yeah. Hello, John Mitchell. How's it going, mate? And half the window and half the window again, and that's it. That's it on the screen. Yeah. Oh, wait, they've taken it off. This can't be happening right now. I absolutely hate this. They've not got the Motherwell game. Soccer Saturday is for me.
I think it might have to be for me as well, mate. It's not looking great. Deary me.
Kaladzic was his name, the Austrian boy. Sasha Kaladzic.
Yeah. Stefano looks like a microphone.
Wow.
Right, is that wrong?
I do look a lot like a microphone.
Oh, brilliant.
Have you tried like a different browser, Gogsy?
I'll try this one.
That's a shout. I haven't done that.
The official website of Motherwell Football Club. This is
Deary me.
how to watch Motherwell v St Mirren.
By entering in the correct credentials.
I did that.
No, I'm joking. We're about to get underway here at Celtic Park. Celtic and Livingston players taking a minute's silence for the.
Yes, he's in there. He is in there. Come on.
My advice worked.
That makes one of us. Oh dear. I think it's going to have to be a Soccer Saturday job. Oh dear.
That's heartbreaking, mate.
That is heartbreaking.
He's done it. The teams are coming out. Which browser do you normally use? I use Google Chrome. Reckon if Aberdeen lose today, third is all but confirmed. 7 clear with our game tomorrow. Could be done by today.
Probably agree.
You'll still have 4 games left. But yeah, it's a mountain to climb. Considering Aberdeen couldn't score in a brothel. Yeah.
And the only player that could was Callum Hendry, and he's ineligible today. Some laugh.
Oh, you love to see it. I actually wouldn't surprise me if St Johnstone won. They've got a good record against Aberdeen.
Yeah, I fancy St Johnstone as well, mate. Even if it's just like a wee 1-0. You could see that.
It's my prediction for St Johnstone Aberdeen, I think it'll be 2-0. Soccer Saturday is the way forward. Yeah, but I better just put that one anyway for the laugh. Seeing as Aston Villa are playing Liverpool today, when I watched Aston Villa beat Liverpool 7-2 earlier on in the season, that was just great, absolutely wonderful. Anyway, you were saying, Stefan?
I just saying that we're just about to kick off. The players did the minute silence for the passing of the Duke of Edinburgh, and now they're just taking the knee. And the game has just kicked off. There we go.
Super. There we go. Soccer Saturday.
So your login worked then, yeah?
It did. Thank you, Stefan, for the advice.
You're welcome.
Not just a pretty face.
Definitely not.
It's only live once.
Callum Davidson says, if Jason Holt is playing v Celtic, I hope he gets a 90th minute winner. Also, I'm going 2-0 St Johnstone as well.
Glad to see you're back in your team, Callum Davidson. Should you not be in the dugout?
We've had that a few times there. Fingers crossed for the best midfielder to grace the earth. SJM, of course, scores today.
Oh, let it go.
Who's SJM?
Super John McGinn.
As we had on the Scotland Faroe Islands stream, when John McGinn scored, the first thing I said after was, how long are we going to give it till Hibs tweet out something about McGinn scoring?
Every time without fail.
It's relentless, mate. There we go.
Did John McGinn play for Hibs? You would never honestly know.
No.
I know. It's strange that, because we never see St Mirren really tweet much about John McGinn, do we?
Oh,
no, you don't. And, do you know it's also funny? See, whenever John McGinn has a belt of a performance from Scotland, you never see Celtic fans saying, "Oh, I wish we'd signed him."
Oh, I know.
As well, you know.
Corner. Excellent. Great pressing by Motherwell. 30 seconds in, we've won our corner.
Imagine having the luxury of watching a game. That must be nice.
Well, I don't know whether it's a blessing or a curse yet. We'll probably find out.
Oh, love that from you, Bournemouth. That's exactly the start I'm after.
They 1-0 up.
1-0 after a minute. Superb scenes.
Love that. That was a terrible corner. Hopefully that's not a sign of what's to come. Adam is covering Kelly against Ross County.
Or should have been.
Or you're just gonna have to rely on the Twitter feeds.
Was that not on up for pay-per-view? Would one of them not put that on? No.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't know.
I'll put the link in the chat for you, mate. No,
Thanks,
it's
mate.
not. Ooh, wee chance there.
Oh,
So
you
no
are kidding.
What?
Commentary have equalised according to the chat. Are they trolling? You are kidding me off. I swear. Oh, Kelly, I've gone 1-0 up against Ross County. That's great. Crisp up, 3 minutes. Fantastic. What an afternoon I'm having. Unreal, man. Absolute shambles.
Oh, you love to see it.
You really don't.
Well, in your case, you really do, because you're not watching anything at the minute.
Oh, it's funny. In the Bournemouth game. Oh, good God.
That's Chris Burke with the opening goal of the day after 3 minutes against Ross County.
Oh, sorry, Gogsy, just seeing on Soccer Saturday, ex-Motherwell striker Ryan Bowman has scored for Exeter City this afternoon. 3
We
minutes
should
in.
never let him go for cheap as chips. We sold the wrong striker that window. We should have sold Curtis Main.
Ryan Bowman, he was a big,
He was a unit of a boy.
Aye, he was
He
huge.
was.
His second full season or second half season for us, like when we sold him in the January, like he was unplayable at times. He scored that absolute beauty at Tynecastle.
I was literally about to say exactly that in the League Cup tie.
Yeah, like
What a night.
See, that moment is one of the moments that you sort of chase as a football fan. Like 10 minutes to go, you need to get back into the cup tie. Boom.
It was an absolute worldie as well, because I was there with my pal. We both just looked at it. It's one of those moments where, as an opposition fan, you sort of just look at your pals like, what can we really say? He's just plucked that straight in the top drawer. Absolute worldie.
Was Ryan Bowman, did he not break Rangers Fabio Cardozo's nose at Hampden? Was it him?
Yeah.
Or was that... Yeah.
Yeah, and Rangers fans still absolutely hate us for it.
Livingston on the attack here. Oh, good interception there. Edward, good tracking back. And he's just given it away. And Livingston on the break again, but comes to nothing. I can see why they would be angry. Like
Into your level.
Wow. It's not even a surprise at this point. Some laugh.
1-1. That's fine. If that game's a draw, then I'm absolutely all over it.
Good couple of goals already, quite quickly. Quite happy with that. Looks like it'll be a goal fest of an afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic. It's great. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Michael Gardyne after 5 minutes.
2 goals inside 5 minutes. Great. Oh, Dundee United have taken the lead at Aki's as well. Mark McNulty. 6 minutes gone.
Get in. Sorry to the Hamilton fans out there, but it's time.
Thank you. I fully agree. I think that's the best thing.
We're all nodding in agreement there.
I think when this stream's over, I'm going on to Twitter. I'm going on to find that clip that's doing the rounds of WWE's Goldberg saying it's time and tweeting Hamilton with it because they lose, because it is time Hamilton go down. One less plastic park to worry about. Unless Hearts come up and be like, nah, we're going to have a plastic park as well.
It was actually surprised me. Like, no, he's doing goal. Good save by Kelly after a deflection. Oh my days, that was nearly 1-0 St Mirren there.
Are you saying this to get back at everybody else, Stefan? A big sort of massive fuck you to the SFA and SPFL. Hearts is still a hybrid bitch at Tiny.
I wouldn't say that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's the only sort of real positive I can take from this season, having not been in the Premiership. If Aki's go down, I'm cool with that. I'll take that. I'll take those 27 games of hell. Goodbye. And don't come back.
I'm saying,
Simon Murray, 1-0 Queen's Park. The coupons off to a flyer. Come on.
You'll love to see it.
Was that him, Simon Murray, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
How has he ended up down there? He seemed like a decent wee player when he was at Hibs.
Because of the dough, mate. They're ambitious, got plenty of money. Got to be in it. He also had a spell in South Africa, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
after
at
leaving
Best
Hibs.
And there was that someone else in South Africa as well, I'm pretty sure. Funny thing is, I think it was it was just before New Year in 2019. And I actually bumped into Simon Murray at Underground in Dundee and had a few drinks with him. And like he was like, "Oh, I'm still in South Africa, mate." I was like, "Well, you're right here." And then during lockdown, I was playing pro clubs with like Tony Watt and Declan Gallagher. Then Simon Murray comes onto the party. I'm like, "Oh, that's right."
Levy on the attack here. Celtic had a good corner there. The shot was blocked by the Levy defence, and John Joe Kenny's picked that up for Celtic there. Looks like it's going to be a decent game. It looks like it's going to be end to end, like not one team having more possession than the other. As Celtic break down the other end of the park, as I say that, ball switched across. That's a stupid touch, and it's cleared away. I said this on last week's stream, Gogsy. Celtic's touch in the opening 10-15 minutes of games this season hasn't been great. Like, honestly, the first touch control has been poor.
Yeah, that seems to be worrying me. So Mirren just had a wee opportunity there, but they sort of tried to overwork training ground routine, and they ended up just misplacing the pass completely, and it goes straight into the arms of Liam Kelly.
If you could get Liam Kelly on a permanent, would you take it?
Absolutely, mate.
Good keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a solid keeper.
What about Trevor Carson? What's happened to him? Is he injured or?
He's still got an injury.
He's always injured.
Yeah, he's a walking injury at the moment, which is a shame. So men have got another free kick here. It's a chance to have a shot at goal. The only thing that's ever worried me about Liam Kelly is his height. But then again, we had like Dan Twadzik, and he was he was a good goalkeeper, but people always slagged him for his height, even though he was 6'1".
I think Motherwell's best keeper, well, certainly in my lifetime, has to be Darren Randolph.
Oh, mate, we've been blessed with good goalkeepers. Well, that's just wide. Because like in my earliest days supporting Motherwell, we've had the likes of we had Graham Smith to start off with, from what I remember, and we had John Ruddy on loan from Everton. Then Darren Randolph for 3 years, and we did almost everything in the league in those 3 years.
Only thing I ever remember about John Ruddy was a performance with Queen's Park Rangers against Man City when City went to win the league. Was that Ruddy, actually?
Not 100%.
I'm going to double check that. I'm sure.
He was at Norwich.
Yeah, I remember him at Norwich and at Wolves recently as well, wasn't he?
That's 1-0 Brentford, by the way.
I may have mistaken him. Hold on, I'm gonna double check that.
You don't need to tell me about the importance of a keeper having watched Joel Pereira last season. Good grief. Oh my goodness.
I loved him being in your goals.
Oh, and it's just so refreshing to have Craig Gordon back. What a guy. I've literally ran out of superlatives for that man. Absolute hero.
Paddy Kenny was the goalkeeper.
Paddy Kenny, that's it. Sorry, do you know where I get John Ruddy from?
You mentioned similar, to be fair, like hair-wise. But
Paddy Kenny was the one that Neil Warnock signed for just about every single club he's been at ever.
What a keeper he was. That performance against City, he made some unbelievable saves that day.
That's Dunfermline taking the lead at Ayr. And Falkirk are 1-0 up against Clyde. St Mirren attacking again.
Has it been all St Mirren, or has there been
not necessarily? Like when we've had the ball in their half, we are just lacking that final pass.
The
guy the ball comes into the box, and I think that's Felipe Moraes. He basically tries to do a sort of snapshot, and he basically slices it all the way back, and it goes all the way back, completely the wrong direction of where he was facing. It was sort of like when James McFadden tried to do a fancy kick against the Faroe Islands, but ended up clearing it for the Faroe. Oh come on, we get pushed off the ball far too easily here.
I need to check who the referee is for today's game. Forgot to do that. You'll be hoping it's not Bobby Madden with St Mirren Motherwell game, Gogsy.
I think it's not Bobby Madden. I can't remember his name at the moment. Maybe Clancy. It looks like it anyway. There's Lee Owen on the floor. Nice to see that. Is anyone watching WrestleMania tonight?
I am.
I will not be.
Absolutely not.
I've got a stream to do tomorrow, so.
Don't say it like that, Adam. Absolutely not. It's WrestleMania. Non-wrestling fans can watch WrestleMania.
Can't get into it, mate. Nah.
Do you know what? I loved it as a wee guy, up until maybe about 7 years ago. Then I kind of fell away from it. But during lockdown, I purchased the WWE Network and watched some of the old shows, and I was like, okay, I need to get back in this because it is quite fun. So I'm going to watch WrestleMania tonight. Hopefully to see that guy Drew McIntyre, the Scottish guy, lose, and then I can be happy.
Is that just because he's a Rangers fan?
No, see his accent. It is absolutely stinking. It winds me up something awful. So I'm like, I really hope he doesn't win because then he can get off TV and go back to like the independent scene and never be seen again. The accent is stinking, man.
Where's he from?
Oh,
Air.
that's awful. That's
It's like one of those like transatlantic accents, and it's so annoying. It's just like you don't sound Scottish at all, but you're trying to be Scottish. It just annoys me. But yeah, no, definitely not because he's a Rangers fan. I couldn't care less about that. It's just the accent.
Don says, "Are the SFA referees professional?" It's not a full-time gig.
But you wouldn't think it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. For example, the likes of Willie Collum used to be a religious studies teacher in Bells Hill.
I think like Craig Thompson's a lawyer as well.
Kilmarnock.
Thanks for that.
You were saying, Stefan?
Craig Thompson, who used to, I think he used to. I don't know if he still referees now. I've not seen him in a while, but
I think he's stopped whistling now.
He was a lawyer. So no, it's a part-time gig. And there's no way I would ever class Scottish referees as professional. They're as hopeless as they come. To be quite honest, it's honestly so hard trying to figure out who you think the best referee in Scotland is, and I would probably have to say it is Bobby Madden,
which speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does, but I think he's the most competent of the lot, and that says something.
It really does.
I think we need to have like professional referee. Like I think we should make it into a full-time gig because. I think it would vastly improve our game. But, I think Willie Collum in 2015 refereed a game in the Champions League and newspapers dubbed him the worst referee in UEFA history. Like, I can see why. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Needs to become professional.
Wait, I did a refereeing course for about 8 weeks at Fife College. I was 16 at the time, and like we had one of the usual linos that does all the big games like cup finals and stuff like that. He was basically running it and had the likes of Jordan Stoko as well, who's done championship before, and like they were just football guys. Like they were good to talk to, but the thing is, it's different when everything's on the pitch. Like I realized that when I did some matches, and like it's like completely different. Like you are literally the only man on your side, and everyone hates you. It doesn't matter what side you give a penalty to or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not even cupboard love. It's like they'll still hate you for it.
Yeah.
It's the most thankless task.
I don't like underestimate how hard of a job it must be, because it must be incredibly hard, and they only have like a split second to make a decision.
Oh yeah.
But there are referees in other countries that can do that and can do it so well. If you look at Germany, you've got referees like Felix Brych, who is a sensational referee. You have the Slovenian referee, Damir Skamina. He refereed the Champions League final. We get top class officials that make these split decisions every week. But yet we have officials that struggle, and I think Brian Rice called it out last week about how inconsistent the refereeing is. It is something that if Scottish football ever wants to be taken seriously, then we need to start investing in how much time and we bring our referees in and bring them up to scratch. So it was a chance there for Livingston, and sort of invest in it, because it's a crucial part of the game, if we're being honest about it.
Look at a couple more comments. Hello, Christopher. How's it going, mate? Norwegian correspondent, Vålerenga fan. Anyone Scottish fan? I don't really focus on the fantasy league on a Saturday, like at all. That's a great tackle there by Declan Gallagher and Motherwell on the count.
We had a chance there for Livingston. The ball came in. Christopher Ayer and collided with the Jet, J. Emmanuel Thomas. It went out for a corner. Thomas went down. I'm just trying to see if you could even say, was it a penalty? I think you've got an argument. I think there's an argument for it there. It's two Celtic defenders went in. Christopher Ayer, I think, took the ball, and the other defender collided with the Jet, but it's went out for a corner.
What's a penalty? Oh, what?
That was incredible.
What?
There's Stefan, so professional, and then just Goggsy just bursts on it.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
John
Roberts has been crocked by the keeper.
Did you have Peterborough on the coop, Goggsy?
Yeah, they're 1-0 up. I just see.
Saw that. Sariki Dembele. Is that Kanamoko's brother, Stefan, isn't it?
I'm not sure, mate.
I thought it was.
I don't think that was a penalty. I think Jack Arnott got to the ball, but he also collided with the man. Mother, I'd say we're doing all right. I mean, we're lucky to be at 0-0. I think St Mirren have been the better team at the moment. But I think it's just one of those ones where we have to sort of grow into the match, because that's the sort of games that we've won this season, that we've maybe started off on the wrong foot, and then we've sort of grown into the game and just sneak a 1-0 pretty much. Flash score not working for me. Just comes up a data error. I take it Steady are winning 5-0 by now. No, because Queen's Park are beating 1-0. I'm just needing a Motherwell goal and a couple of goals in the Celtic game. That'd be nice.
I don't know. I don't want to say who's been the better team here. I think it's been really even. Which, from a Celtic perspective, you're not wanting, especially against Livingston. But from a Livingston perspective, they can be proud of how they've came about. They've not came to sit in like a lot of teams do. They've came to play football, and sort of they have European football sort of within their reach. I'm not saying that I think it's doable, but they are only 5 points behind Aberdeen in fourth. So
2-0 Peterborough. Come on. Dembele again, man.
Your coupon is flying.
Yeah, well,
it is. Who else did you have, mate?
I've got Peterborough, Queen's Park, Motherwell, and in the Celtic game, because it was 2-1, 2 goals, 9 corners, and 3 bookings, basically.
Motherwell are going to let that down.
Yeah, definitely. It's written in the stars, mate. Oh, lovely back heel by Jordan Roberts. That's it.
Get in there, Norwich. Love that. Up the Canaries.
Ayr have scored against Dunfermline. Oof.
Watching that Ayr game a couple of weeks ago, they're a decent. Well, no, they're a decent side for the level that they play in. So that's not surprising that they've scored.
Also let down by their result against Clyde last week.
That was a shocker.
I couldn't believe that.
That was funny.
Clyde love a wee shock result in the Scottish Cup, don't they?
They certainly do.
Of course, that game against Roy Keane and Celtic.
Remember it well.
Years ago. I don't.
So did I, because I think we went on to win it that year.
The second game I ever cried at football.
What was the first?
Seville.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Ball in from Livingston, cleared away by Celtic. Well, just about cleared away. Yeah, cleared away there.
I would say... Oh, sorry, mate, when you go.
This has just been it's not been as entertaining as I expected it to be. It's been pretty end to end, but not much happening. I won't say boring yet, but God, I hope it improves.
As you said, last two games have been draws.
Yeah. Oh, ball in. Oh, he's scuffed his touch and taken it away. The Livingston player takes it away. That's something Celtic need to work on, because that's becoming really worrying. Callum McGregor does well, plays it through to Greg Taylor, who passes it back. And McGregor's first touch, he takes it with his weak foot by the looks of it and just pushes it away. It's becoming a real worrying trend for me. I hate when I notice things like this, because it drives me nuts, and it's every game I'm going to be looking at and I'm going to be like, oh, what's the first touch like? It's just going to drive me mental.
Some clearance there by Sods, and we've still won a throw out of that. Excellent. Sorry, I should say Stephen O'Donnell, friend of the channel.
Hopefully he signs or if he hasn't already, signs a contract extension with Motherwell.
Oh, lovely through ball. Go on. Oh, what a save. Oh, my God. How's he not right at the keeper, man?
You sound like me on FIFA.
Devante Cole rolls in a lovely through ball to Chris Long, I think it is. Chris Long on his left foot. He just puts it straight at the keeper. Either side of the keeper, and he's going to score.
Devante's Andy's boy, isn't it?
He is, yes.
Yeah.
He is. Big Dev.
Did he not out-jump Cristiano Ronaldo? Well, he didn't obviously out-jump Cristiano Ronaldo, because I don't think they've played together.
That was Davis McGabby, mate.
It was Big McGabby at the back, up against Ross County, wasn't it?
Yeah,
what a header that was. Oh, Celtic breaking through here. Oh, Edward, that's a terrible pass. What? I remember
Joseph Coyle.
Joseph Coyle, I'll remember that. That's fine. Not a problem. I'll get your number.
Oh, Scott Brown unlucky there. Celtic starting to come into it a lot, dominating, pushing Livingston back really, really far. They just, every time Livingston come out, they pick the ball up and go again. So a wee bit of an improvement from a Celtic perspective. Worrying from a Livingston perspective. That's what you don't want against one of Glasgow's big two. Well, that's delicious. Yeah, from I think that was Turnbull to Edward.
That Joseph Coyle message just speaks volumes. I try and tell folk that Hearts are actually the biggest Scottish footballing roller coaster, and even in the short time that I've been alive, they probably are. I've seen us in Champions League qualifying, and I've seen us get beat off a bunch of Highland farmers in the Scottish Cup. How, like, the range is mad.
You've seen it all, mate.
I really have.
But I've actually seen my team also lose to a team 4 divisions below us in a cup tie.
Have you seen a mad Russian-Lithuanian owner come in and initially shell out on like a Champions League winner and a European Championship winner, and then your club go nearly under the brink a good 8 years later. That's a good laugh.
Lithuanian Revolution.
At least, Anne Budge came in and sort of saved you from actually going under. So I suppose
and
that
Foundation of Hearts contributors like myself, mate, my tenner a month, big deal.
You played your part. You saved your club.
Did I see the chat say 2-1 Bournemouth?
Go on, Jordan. Oh my
that.
fucking God. Honestly. That was such a beautiful passage of play. Jordan Roberts takes a touch, slices it miles over the bar.
Can't say I'm overly surprised.
Oh my days. That's hit one of the...
Oh, what play. That is phenomenal play from Celtic. The ball's in the back of the net. That is brilliant play. What a goal by James Forrest. Oofed.
There we go.
1-0 Celtic. That was just phenomenal play. I'm going to watch the replay back and I'll sort of elaborate on how it was brilliant. But pass in from Forrest. David Turnbull to Edward. Edward over the top of the defence. Great wee touch from Forrest. And he's lucky with the finish because it looks like it came off one of the Livingston players. But that was a great setup by Edward to Forrest for a great goal. 1-0 Celtic. That's your coupon sort of up and running fully now with Celtic getting at least a goal on the scoreboard.
And Bournemouth are 2-1 up against Coventry.
Come on. Just waiting on Liverpool. The only dodgy one in my eyes. Fantastic.
I'm happy with that.
I think my dad's about 50 seconds behind because I've just heard them celebrate.
Oh, no.
Just seen Wraith Rovers go 1-0 up at home at Arbroath. It's not what I wanted. Just rather it be secured and done. We can move on and forget the season ever happened.
How many games or points do Hearts need to win the league?
I think had Wraith and Dundee both failed to win today, it could have been confirmed. So I think they're only about a point away or something now. Dependent on the Rovers result, obviously, but yeah, I mean, last night was decent, but it's long overdue.
Is Robbie Nielsen the man for Hearts next season, or would you rather?
I hope so.
Find someone new.
Not in my opinion. He's not. No. I'd like to see Alex Neil would probably be my first choice, given he's worked with Joe Savage before, obviously the new sporting director. I'd take Derek McInnes as well. I said on Goggs' Cup stream that I'd take Stephen Robinson as third choice, but
I was going to say that
he's not. Don't want to disrespect him, obviously on Goggs' channel, but he's not a patch on the other two, in my opinion.
Is that so?
I don't know if I agree with that. I think
my God. St Mirren got away. Motherwell got away with that. There, ball comes in, it hits off Crawford's arm, and his arm is like so far out. It should have been a penalty to St Mirren there. We got away with that.
I've just seen Lyndon Dykes' goal for QPR. Fantastic header. Good to see him bag. Obviously, being a part of the national team and what have you. So that's good. Hopefully, gets a couple more between now and the Euros.
Oh, just going back to Stephen Robinson there. I hope he finds a job in management soon. I've met him. He seems like an incredibly nice guy and a very capable manager.
He is one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
I would agree with that. A real courteous kind of guy. So here's hoping he finds a job in management real soon. Shame the way it ended for him at Motherwell.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather that he'd gone and got the Northern Ireland job in the summer.
Yeah.
Than have it end like the way it did. But I don't think anyone expected Motherwell to have a season that they've had.
Yeah.
To be honest, after finishing third last year.
No, definitely not. I think he was also linked with a Hearts gig once Levine got sacked as well, wasn't it? It was either Hearts or Northern Ireland. Seemed as though it was going to be that next step for him, and it was a shame that neither really arrived, to be honest.
Was he not linked with the Bournemouth job in the summer as well?
He was, because he
yeah.
used to play for them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
What
So
that could have been a real good appointment, but I think he still felt at the time he had stuff still to do at Motherwell to help them. But decent guy, and he'll go on to great managerial appointments.
2-0 to the Spiders, Gogsy.
Super.
Bob McHugh.
Shags the buds. Bob McHugh. Shags the buds. Come on.
Good grief. Was that actually a genuine song?
That was our chant for Bob McHugh because he was a local shagger. Is probably the best term to describe him.
Tremendous.
I love Bob. Like, it was great.
Nick Walsh has penalised David Turnbull there. Ball came away for a poor first touch. He went to get it back, slid and took the ball, but Nick Walsh has penalised him for some unknown reason. Don't know quite sure what that's about because he takes the ball from the Livy player there, so I'm really not sure.
What a player.
Turnbull, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Stevie were, we were waxing lyrical about him last week. He's
And
phenomenal.
rightly so. Yeah, he is. I can't recall sort of even him breaking through. I can't recall a teenager doing what he did.
Oh.
Sorry.
Stephen O'Donnell has given away a penalty.
The channel curse.
Channel.
Into the channel is backfired.
Oh, friend.
I'm expecting some abuse in his DMs now.
Help the fact that the boy just went down like a sack of tatties anyway, but should have been a tackle like that.
I'm fully expecting some Gogsy abuse in Stephen O'Donnell's DMs this evening. That is tremendous. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Was it a penalty?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Stupid tackle. Kelly saved it! Kelly saved it! Come on! We're lucky today. That was the worst penalty I've seen all season.
Who was it? McGrath? Jamie McGrath, was it?
Yeah, he basically passes it, and it's such an easy save for Kelly. That's the first time I've seen Motherwell save a Motherwell goalkeeper save a penalty in a match for about at least a season and a half since Mark Gillespie was at the club. Brilliant.
He's on fire as well, that boy McGrath in midfield, didn't he?
Aye.
An absolute worldie at Aki's in the cup, I think. Was it last weekend? First goal. Beauty.
I don't know how relevant this is to you guys, but we were talking about Aston Villa earlier, and I've just went onto Twitter to see I've been followed by an Aston Villa fan. That's quite remarkable. Speaking about Aston Villa to being followed by one.
There we go.
I'll take it. Another one to add to the
roster.
Yes. Good
I
ball.
do actually have a wee soft spot for Villa. I'm not just saying that, but I don't know. There's something quite likable about them. Obviously, till they signed John McGinn, and then Hibs fans were waxing lyrical.
Take it as a Hearts fan, regardless of how good John McGinn is, you're going to say he's rubbish.
No, do you know what? I don't actually mind John McGinn. He was a player at St Mirren that, again, I would have taken. I think he and Kenny McLean, I don't know whether they broke through sort of around that same time, but obviously, he was partly responsible for one of the worst days of my Hearts supporting career, if you like. That 2013 League Cup final, but we won't go into that. But I don't mind John McGinn. I saw that video. I don't know whether either of you saw it recently, where he sat down with Jack Grealish, and the presenter on Leeds United TV, and they were doing sort of and they were doing like a Mr. and Mrs. equivalent. I thought it was good pattern actually between the two of them, so I like him.
David Turnbull, waxing lyrical about him there. 2-0, great ball in from El Yunusi.
Is that the phrase of the show today? Waxing lyrical. That's about the third time it's been.
Yeah, I love that phrase. It's brilliant. Look at us waxing lyrical about the phrase there. Great ball in from El Yunusi, tapped in by David Turnbull. Great goal. Poor defending when you think of it from Livingston to let Elyounoussi get the space and into that byline, but a good ball in. Deflection takes it away from McCrory, and Turnbull I think he knocks it home with his thigh, so a decent goal. 2-0, and we're only 38 minutes gone, 6 or 7 minutes to half time. Good result so far, good game.
Sure is. And so Celtic well on their way to confirming second place.
And there's your 2 goals, mate.
There's my 2 goals.
Thanks for reminding us about second place there, Gogsy.
You're welcome, mate.
Not that it's already confirmed, but
to be fair, if it was either of us, we'd be loving being second right now.
Oh, what?
That's true.
I'm still harping on about the 05-06 season. It's from 2021.
Yes.
I was saying to Stevie last week, Adam, I don't know if you watched, but Celtic sort of this season, they made a rod for their own back with a second, what was it, first never finished last or something like that with their advert about 10 in a row, and
oh dear,
this shirt's not for second best and whatever. Sort of made the rod for their own back with it.
Just asking for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Somebody running. Oh, sorry.
Especially with Rangers, like official Twitter.
You'll be right. I'm pretty sure Gillespie saved it was at least 5 or 6 penalties on the spin.
Really?
From open play, like St Johnstone, I'm pretty sure missed about 2 or 3 penalties when Gillespie was in goals for us. Because there was a game where we beat St Johnstone 4-0, and at 0-0, St Johnstone missed a penalty, I'm pretty sure. So,
one of ours is probably in there as well, no doubt.
I don't know. But I was very confident whenever we were up against a penalty when we had Gillespie in goal, because Gillespie was 9 times out of 10 going to save it.
What were you saying there before, Stefan, as well? Sorry, mate.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, sorry. With the official Rangers Twitter account, when you put out Celtic sort of made a rod for their own back, the Rangers Twitter account doesn't mess with our trying to be not controversial, but trying to be like not edgy, but they're trying to be funny and take the
getting wide. Yeah,
getting wide. They don't miss an opportunity to do it, so they set themselves up for it. To be honest, you've got to commend it. You know, the shithousery of it. I can commend a good shithousery. So I was just going to say that on Gillespie on penalties. I'm trying to think of the last keeper who was a decent penalty stopper for Celtic. Probably Forster, maybe Boric. Not Craig Gordon. The only penalty he ever saved was
How dare you?
in Israel against Hapoel Beersheva. He went from being a hero to zero that night because he saved a penalty. And then
Beersheva, I get flashbacks to that night in Europe a couple months ago. And just yes, 1-0 Villa, come on! Oh, superb!
I thought it was Motherwell.
Absolute shambles. Brilliant.
Liverpool 0, Aston Villa 1.
Well, that is a good result.
I actually knew Liverpool were dodgy. They've not won a Premier League a game at Anfield all this calendar year. So why did I think that it would be? Why did I think things would change? What an absolute mug.
I love it.
I'll take it. Anything to do with Jurgen Fraud.
Oh wow.
Jurgen Klopp. That's a great ball over the top. Edward brings it down and it's away. Jurgen Klopp. Big fan of him at Dortmund. Liverpool, not so much. He has become one of the biggest whingers in football, like managerial football. He literally,
particularly recently, isn't he?
Yeah, he's become a real victim. To be honest, and it's not great to see because he is a great coach. You look what he did at Mainz in Germany, Dortmund. But then he went to Liverpool, and so I don't know why, but he's just became such a crybaby would be the politest term I could use.
He's nearly as bad as Robbie. I see it's John McGinn that's got the assist for Villa, so no doubt Hibs will be claiming that.
The assist of the assist.
Who do you think the best manager in world football is? Just
Oh, good save again.
for a brief chat.
Graham Alexander. I think I've got a lot of time for someone that speaks a good game. So
I like Simeone. I know that's controversial, but
how's that controversial?
I don't know, because everybody harps on about the style and the boring defensive football, but I think he's a genius.
He's a marvel of managerial football. You look at the game against Liverpool last season at Anfield, and even at the Wanda Metropolitano, he sets up a way, he stifles you, and he makes sure his team do not lose. If anything, they'll draw, but he sets up not to lose, and you just have to commend it. It's phenomenal.
I do like Simeone.
I've got to say, Bielsa has done so well to get. I mean, you saw at the start of the season he was getting so much praise for his team getting pumped at Anfield, but because they were playing fast-flowing, attacking football, he was getting praised for it.
Mm.
Whereas if they'd just sat in and lost 1-0, he'd have been slagged like fuck.
Aye. It's great to see that, though.
Dali is so back. And who's that, Christopher? Tell us more.
I remember that name. Did he not manage Wolves? That's Stally Solbakken.
I have no idea.
Is that right?
I was thinking of someone else.
I'm convinced he managed Wolves.
I'm sure our good Norwegian correspondent will fill us in. But
get in touch.
So I recognise the name. I'm just struggling to put a club on him. Oh, Livingston breaking forward here. John Joe Kenny comes out to stop him. Good save by Scott Ben. I'm surprised he saved that. That was a good save. One thing I will say this season, Celtic and their goalkeepers not been a great season.
If only they hadn't let one go.
Shite. Absolutely awful.
Who do you think's the best?
I tried to hit you with something funny there, but I couldn't think of the guy's name. Damn it!
Who do you think's the best gaffer in world football then, Stefan?
See, for me,
Ian Cathro.
Great forward. He is a great forward-thinking coach.
What a reign! Who could forget it?
I'm sorry. I'll quickly touch on who my favourite manager is in a second. Livingston nearly having a chance there, but see, in Cathro, I'm sorry. See, for his tactics of, his new modern day management, he was chased out of this country, and I don't know why. I don't know if Scottish football is hesitant to change or to try anything new, but I really didn't like the way Cathro is chased out of the country by the media and the way that he managed Hearts. Might not have been everybody's cup of tea, but
that's quite refreshing to hear you say that.
I don't understand why Scottish football, maybe Scottish society in general, are afraid of change.
It's because we're so pessimistic, isn't it? I think it has to be something linked to that. Even I know it's probably going to be boring to the majority of the chat, but even if we're staying on this kind of Hearts theme, look at when Daniel Stendhal gets appointed, and immediately everybody harps back to sort of Bertie Vogts being the last German to manage in Scotland, and it's like, why? He's not even had a game in the dugout yet, and folk just seem to get on top of him. I don't know. It has to be a sort of mental thing.
Look at the guy at Kilmarnock. Was it
Alessio?
I was going to say Massi Allegri. Alessio.
That would have been some appointment.
It would have been.
Imagine his face when he rocks up to a rugby park and
San Siro, Juventus Stadium to rugby park.
Block
from the fantastic surface at the San Siro, and the fantastic surface at the Juventus Stadium in Turin to the plastic park in Ayrshire.
A plastic park in Killy Pies.
I'll come on to a story about Killy Pies later, but fantastic. But back to that, Daniel Stendhal, was he? It's half time here, by the way, Gogsy. Celtic 2-0.
As well.
Daniel Stendhal was he everyone's cup of tea? No. Was he refreshing to a stale Craig Levein, sort of environment? Yes. I don't understand the attitude around modern football in Scotland. It's as if we're just scared of it.
It's disallowed.
Ian Cathro brought out a laptop and people criticised him for it, but
Playing Football Manager.
then Celtic during this season brought out a laptop. Okay, people made fun of it, but I just don't get it. There wasn't the uproar that Celtic got for bringing out a laptop and trying to look more be more modern in the way that they manage their players. But it's just weird to me. I don't like it. But yeah, quickly, my favourite manager has to be Zidane and Pep Guardiola, and I'd probably say Pep more just because of what he did with Barca and Bayern and City. So I will say Pep, but Zidane is up there for me. And then probably Simeone is my third favourite. But yeah.
Oh, he's literally a ball here offside.
Celtic probably didn't save scum like Ian Cathro did, though. He's like quitting without saving and whatever, and loading it back up again.
Did Ian Cathro not do coaching at Valencia and things like that?
He did. He worked with Nuno Espirito Santo at Valencia and another club. I think it was Rio Ave in Portugal as well. And then he was down in Newcastle for a bit with Rafa Benitez? Because it's certainly Rafa's Newcastle came up to Tynecastle for a friendly. And I think that's how the link had obviously transpired, and that Cathro was previously on the books. I want to say it was under Rafa, but I'm not 100%. But yeah, he was part of his staff at St James's. So
wow,
so that's how that came about. So a decent CV, and obviously now with Wolves and Nuno again.
Yeah, it shows you the calibre of appointment that it was. Was it everyone's cup of tea? No, but the treatment he got when he was in this country, it wasn't for me. It was embarrassing. It's almost as if we just chase trailblazers, like people that want to, not even trailblazers, but people that want to sort of better our game by taking it a different route, and we just chase them out the country. I don't get it. It's just strange. But hopefully in years to come that changes as the world evolves, but we'll just need to wait and see. See now I'm talking there. Thankfully it's on mute.
So now we're going to go and talk about the games that we've watched at half-time. Of course, Motherwell 0, St Mirren 0. Motherwell absolutely blessed to be still level at half-time. St Mirren missed a host of chances, including a penalty save that Liam Kelly made from a silly Stephen O'Donnell error, making a tackle at the edge of the box, and whoever it was got fouled, and it was a good save. I mean, it was a really easy save to make as far as penalties go. It wasn't that far into the corner. It was just down to one side, and Liam Kelly just needed to basically stretch out an arm, and he saved it. St Mirren have had so many chances, quite a few balls into the box. Headers have just been caught from Liam Kelly. But, of course, Motherwell, on the other hand, we had a chance, whereas Devante Cole has slipped the ball through to Chris Long. Chris Long, you can tell he's not that confident at the moment, because a confident Chris Long would be putting that either side of the keeper, but it was straight at the goalie. So it's still 0-0 after quite a lot of chances in the first half. Stefan, you're up, mate.
A great game at Celtic Park with, all said, Celtic winning 2-0 at half-time. Game started out as quite an even tie. It was very much back and forth between Celtic and Livingston, end-to-end football. But as the first half wore on, Celtic started to assert their dominance with some great sort of passages of play. And the first goal came from a great, flick from Odsonne Edouard, who I think one day will go to the very top. It was great intricate play over the top to James Forrest, who was lucky in his finish. It was a great bring down for the touch, but the shot took a deflection off of the Livingston defender and went into the back of the net past Robbie McCrory. The second goal, El Yunusi took the ball to the byline and crossed it in. It took another deflection, which took it out the path of Robbie McCrory to catch it. And David Turnbull was there to tap it in. So if you're a Celtic fan, you're happy. If you're a Livingston fan, you're sort of ruining of stepping off the gas a little bit and not being on top of Celtic. But overall, a decent game so far, and hopefully a little bit more action in the second half to come. But yeah, Celtic Park 2-0.
Fantastic, and of course, I'm needing from you, Stefan. I'm needing 6 corners and 3 bookings from the Celtic Livingston game for the second half, and of course a Motherwell goal. Adam, talk to us. What's happening with you, mate?
What can I say, mate? I'm just leaping back and forth between Soccer Saturday and the stream. But no, I mean, looking at the Kelly Ross County seemingly have had all the fair share of possession, but just seemingly haven't been able to make it count. And obviously, Trail, I actually had 2-1 for a full-time score. The fact that was the case after 16 minutes, I can't see it remaining that way, but we'll wait and see. Just sort of gutted to be missing out on that, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. It says here that Motherwell have on Sky Bet. It says Motherwell have 64% possession, but we've done absolutely hee-haw today. Like it says, attacks 54 to 56, shots on target 0 to 3, shots off target 2 to 4. We had a shot on target that was saved by the keeper, but I'm assuming because it was such a P roll, it must have just been not even registered as a shot on target. Dangerous attacks 20 to 40.
But this is what's bizarre, though, and I probably shouldn't say this as somebody that works for a statistics website, given my work with Who Scored and whatever, but how can you define an attack? Or what's the difference between a dangerous attack and an attack? Like, how do you define that? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just possession in the final third. That counts as an attack. And when the ball's whipped into the box or there's a shot on target, that's...
I honestly have no idea. I've not got a clue, mate.
I mean, it's all about... I'm also interested in how they define, like, expected goals as well, because it all goes down to, like, the position of where the shot is fired, etc.
See, one of my pals explained it to me, but as for me trying to sort of revise that and bring it back to you, you're asking for the world. I could not tell you. It's sort of one of those where I'm like listening to it initially, and then you just gradually, as time goes on, I'm just losing interest. All right, okay.
Cactus Jack 1886 says that second half, this may sound crazy, but I'd maybe try bring on Mark O'Hara at centre forward. Need someone to head ball down into the pathway of Cole or Robertson long. But only issue, who do you take off up here? I've no
What's
idea.
the issue with Mark O'Hara, Gogsy? Because he was filling at centre half for a while and then got injured for a bit. Did he not have COVID as well, or he was out with like a cold or something? And it just seemed to be the longest cold of all time.
It seems to be that way because I've absolutely no idea. Like my uncle's no longer the team doctor, so I don't get any of the inside information.
Was he beforehand?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's right.
My uncle was team doctor for Motherwell for 50.
Oh, that would have been ideal for my previews, mate. Because I'm looking at it like, how is Mark O'Hara all of a sudden like not involved or just omitted from the squads altogether? And then I go on and see that he's got a cold somewhere, or it's like, and even then filling out at centre half, I'm getting team lines through, and I'm like, does that say he's at centre back?
Yeah,
but then obviously with the injuries, it's like,
oh my thing I was going to say is just went out of my head there. Never mind. Continue.
I mean, Callum Thompson says handball was a stonewall. Yeah, as we said at the time, the handball definitely was, but I'm not complaining it wasn't given. I mean, we've ridden our luck the whole first half. We've had one proper good chance, and that's it. St Mirren have probably had enough chances to win 3 games today. But thankfully, still 0-0 at the moment.
Gogsy, do you consider that handball being missed by the official as some sort of retribution for Bobby Madden giving a penalty away a couple of months ago? Well, not giving away a penalty, but giving a penalty to St Mirren when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I completely, because we talked about this off camera before we went on, and we both agreed it was never a penalty. Like, we were hard done by that day. Although we had enough chances to win the game, probably 3 or 4-0, before the penalty.
Yeah,
but that was on the back of like such a bad spell of our season, and we were still not winning games. It took us like 13 or 14 matches to win a game, and the fact that we were like 10 minutes away from doing that, and Lee Irwin goes down, cheating bastard. Sorry, got a wee bit of a thing about that, but
Caught Marco Harris cold there.
yeah, that'll be it. No, but I mean that's it. At the end of the day, I mean we've. It's very hard to love a Motherwell. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I know the feeling.
John Saunders says, I'd say when the distance between the midfield and the opposite defence line closes, it could constitute an attack if you're trying to define it. Interesting.
I'll get it. Bayern Munich are 1-0 up. Phenomenal.
Nice one. Callan says, the Motherwell commentators are brilliant, most unbiased commentators I've ever listened to. I think Jock, someone is doing it for Motherwell, and like, the thing is, I've never actually listened to any of the Motherwell TV commentary because we've always been on here when Motherwell are playing live, so I don't get that advantage.
See, talking about club commentary, when the Celtic introduced this Pass to Paradise, and it was essentially Celtic TV for season ticket holders in Scotland and in the UK. But I was like, oh my god, thank God they're bringing in like guys like Jerry McCulloch and Rory Hamilton, Dan O'Day, etc. to come in and commentate, because see the Celtic TV commentary. As a Celtic fan, it is over the top, and it drives my brain like nuts. It is.
Really?
It's like nails on a chalkboard or a black. You know those boards in school. It was nails down that, because that is how irritating it was, and it was the same stuff. See, when Celtic scored, it was like, "Oh, goal for Celtic!" But they would scream it, and you're like, "Oh my god, have you ever heard of not screaming into a mic, mate?" Because that is terrible.
Go Celtic!
Oh, that's the worst. Oh.
It's horrendous. So I was quite happy.
You must hate hearing that about 4 times a game, eh?
I despise it. It's the start for me. See, when the guy, the stadium announcer at Celtic, he's a nice guy, but when he starts off with like, "Let's make some noise for the boys," like, mate, I'm sitting in Scotland. I'm not in like some Florida school waiting on the cheerleading.
This is this mentality thing that you were on about earlier. You need to get up for it. You need to get pumped like this announcer is telling you to.
I suppose I do, but oh my god, it's so cringy. Like, it's before an Old Firm game / Glasgow derby for the people that will take offence to that. But it was like before that. It's like you're just wanting to get right up for the game, and you've got this guy shouting, "Let's make some noise for the boy!" Like, come on, do something better. Give us something more. Play us some, music that'll get us absolutely jumping for the game. But no, they stick with that and Johnny Mack and the faithful.
They seem to just stick with the Rebs.
I wouldn't be saying that, but something that would certainly invoke a reaction around the crowd would be great, instead of "Let's make some noise for the boys" and some ripped off version of "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Hate
that.
I mean, I'm not keen on Celtic by any manner of means, but I do like the whole Odds on Edward and Stone Roses sort of collaboration. That's class. I do like that.
I do like that. That's patter. I like that. I can accept.
Yeah,
that,
I get what you mean. It's sort of crossing that sort of cringy boundary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the club have like made songs that they think are cool and they think that the support want to hear. It's like, maybe if you asked to support the kind of, they probably wouldn't ask to support because they know the response they would get from music. But, if you give them a list of songs like Aberdeen do, like you can fill out, like you can do this somewhere, you can
potential options
music.
Or whatever.
Yeah, do that. But it's Celtic as a club need to modernise. So I'll say that. We'll end it on that. Celtic as a club need to become more modern, for sure. And they need to get rid of those banners about 9 in a row. Come on, they've still got them up.
Could you not get that Celtic TV commentary gig? No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that
He's
my.
under contract here now.
Say that again.
You're under contract at Pass the Mic.
Exactly. I've already got a gig. They've got the best gig in the world. Celtic
have to be a buyout clause. Yeah. I hear that. I hear that.
I'm Neymar. They'll need to pay a substantial amount of money if they want me.
But unlike Neymar, I can actually stand you.
Yeah. Talking about Neymar, what was I going to say? Do you think I know it was years ago, but do you think the transfer fee of 298 million or whatever it was justifiable?
No, not for what he's done at PSG, considering the fact he's overshadowed by Mbappe.
Thank you. Have this debate with my pals all the time. Neymar can release Mbappe's boots.
There was chat when Neymar was at Barcelona with Suarez and Messi that he was the king. He was sort of the prince to Messi's crown. If you were assumed that Messi was the best player in the world, which a lot of people did at the time, but they were assuming that Neymar would overlap and become the best player in the world. I'm sorry, Kylian Mbappe is 10, maybe 20 streets ahead of Neymar in terms of becoming the best player in the world.
100%. It's not even a debate for me.
Although I'm not a big fan of Erling Braut Haaland, in terms of, I think he is just like a freak. It's almost as if, and a freak in a good sense, it's almost as if he's been created in this lab in Salzburg to become the beast of a footballer. Even he's better than Neymar. I think he will be sort of the Ronaldo to Mbappe being Messi. I think those two are going to be the next two that people look at and being like, yeah, these guys are the equivalent. Saying that, I think it will be hard to top what Ronaldo and Messi have done, but those two will certainly be idolised as the best.
Christopher Haugen, because he's Norwegian, of course, says careful.
Sorry.
Anna says, do you think a referee's previous decisions in the game influences decision making? So, if a referee feels like he's made a mistake, do you think that would affect future decisions? Yes.
I think it definitely plays a part. 100%.
For example, if you see such as a contentious free kick that's given, and the referee sometimes feels like he's gone against what the rules are, sometimes if the ball is then swung into the box, he'll just give a free kick to the defending team, as the keeper just collects the ball anyway.
I think in terms of does it happen? Yeah, it does. It shouldn't happen. But it definitely does happen. If a referee feels he's made the wrong decision, he can't change his decision, but he can alter the next decision that comes his way. And I think they definitely do. So yeah, would be my answer.
Mm-hmm. When I was referee, I tried not to, but I couldn't help but do it because I like to be a bit fair. I mean, it depends on how I was treated by each team. If they were all arseholes to me, I'd be pretty strict. My first game that I was refereeing in, I gave 2 penalties.
And were they both?
They were both penalties. Both absolute stonewallers. The guy who was actually assessing my performance, because this was my final part of my exam. He said, if you become a proper full-time referee, I'm going to be expecting about 6 goals in your game every week.
I think that's another big thing, kind of obviously we're not going to have it this season, but the influence that the fans can play on you as well. It must get to you, and then you're that. I don't know.
Celtic
more lenient or whatever.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all, mate.
Go on, Devani.
Scott Brown with what seemed like a diving header. I need to say that again. Diving header. Yeah, diving header from Scott Brown. And it's in the back of the net. So it's Celtic 3, Livingston. Oh, it's not. It looked like it came off the foot of Stephen Welsh, actually. I thought it was Scott Brown. I thought it was header. he goes to head of the ball and it looks as if it's come off the foot of Stephen Welsh. So yeah, it's still Celtic 3, Livingston 0, but a lot of Celtic have sort of had lucky goals. It's either been a deflection has helped the goal or caused the goal, and now this time it's been in. It doesn't look like he's meant to do that, but yeah, Celtic 3, Livingston 0.
Sky seem to have given it to Celtic there, mate. Sorry, Sky seem to have given it to Scott Brown rather.
Brown.
So yeah, so that's interesting. And I've just seen that Aberdeen have gone 1-0 up at St Johnstone. Which is
Celtic on the break here again.
Interesting.
Good ball in and cleared away. Tell you what, I think Livingston can be really unhappy with the goals that they have conceded, because I think they have been sort of fortunate, Celtic, in the goals. So yeah, Livingston can be a little bit annoyed, but that's what it is. It's 3-0.
For the third time of the game, Jordan Roberts is down injured. I think it's about time he got substituted.
What do you make of that signing, Gogsy? Because he's been doing well for you.
He's been doing all right. I mean, a few people have gone over the top by saying how good he is, just because he got a goal at Easter Road, and then a couple against the Highland League side.
Every Hearts player scores at Easter Road. That's not a problem.
It's sort of part of the deal when you sign a contract at Hearts. But he's been all right.
You don't want him on a permanent deal, no?
I don't know. I don't think we've had him long enough to go and say, yeah, I'll happily take him on a permanent.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
I think he's now being stretchered off. Actually,
that's not good.
It's not good at all. There's been a correction on Sky. Ross County have equalised at Kilmarnock.
Get in.
Why is that a get in, Stefan?
So I like Ross County more than Kilmarnock. So
oh no,
quite happy with that.
Oh. I don't know why. I've just got a wee soft spot for Kelly. I always have. But I do, and I think Ross County, for everything they said about this sort of medicine taking in the summer. I mean, I like Yogi, but I'd quite happily see them occupy the.
That is a screamer from Mohamed El Yunusi. What a goal that is! Sorry to interrupt you there. That's every time you're speaking, Celtic are scoring.
I'll just shut up.
That is a phenomenal finish from the Norwegian. I'm sure our Norwegian correspondent will be delighted to see that one of his Norwegian internationals is scored there. But that's a great layoff. I think it's accidental, but it's came out and from maybe 20 yards outside. Nah, probably 20 yards outside the box. That's phenomenal. Great finish from El Yunusi. Yeah, I would sign him up for next season if Celtic could. If it was me, I would be. What a goal that was!
I see lots of talk about a sort of fixed fee of $5 million, Stefan. Where's that come from?
I'm not sure, because when you look at him, he went to Southampton from Basel. I think
was it not about 8 or something?
16 million.
16.
So to think that Celtic can get him for $5 million, you're looking at that saying that's a bargain. You paid $5 million for Albion Ayeti. Oh, Livingston. Oh, good block there. When you're looking at Celtic paying $5 million for Albion Ayeti, you're sort of thinking it's a no-brainer for Mo El Yunusi, because he is a great player. I said that when he played with Molda. Livingston, good save from Scott Bain there. Down low to his, I think it's his right hand side. Great save. But yeah, when El Yunusi was at Molde, and he played in a team that decimated Celtic in Norway, and then did this, it sort of outplayed them at Celtic Park. He's been a great player for a long time, and he's one I would like to keep. So I'm dragging that on far too long, but yeah, definitely would like to keep him. And if $5 million's the option, it's a no-brainer.
Was that under Solskjaer at Molde?
No. Oh, good save, Robbie McCrory. No, so under Solskjaer, it was 2 days before the game in Molde in Norway. Solskjaer, I think, took the Cardiff job. So it was someone else that. Oh no! What? Or no? Sorry, it was under Solskjaer. He took the job. Sorry. 2 days before the
because he'd been sacked by Cardiff or whatever.
Yeah, I think he left Cardiff at just then and joined Molde. Sorry, I've mixed that up. But yeah, a great player. Tell you what, Solskjaer's done well for himself, managing at Molde, getting sacked by Cardiff, back to Molde, and then going to Man United. And what a job he's doing there. I think he's doing a great job.
Would I take a draw today? Absolutely, given by how much we've been dominated. But a cheeky goal from Motherwell would be fantastic for the coupon.
I was about to say the coupon goes out the window then, mate. If it's a wee draw, is that the only thing you're waiting on?
Probably a few corners and yellow cards at the Celtic.
Of course. Because I saw Queen's Park went down to 10, but then went 3-0 up.
I know. I just noticed that as well. I was about to say.
So I think you maybe have about 3 corners to get here, Gogsy. Nothing on bookings yet.
That's fine. Plenty of time.
Livingston love giving away bookings, so we'll happily have that very soon, I'm sure.
There's been a few tasty challenges from both sides, but Nick Walsh keeping his cards in his pocket at the moment, or at least from what I've saw. Great shot there from Scott Brown, but even better save from Robbie McCrory. I keep going to say Ross McCrory, but he should have had a booking there for the Livingston player. It's just showing you a replay. He's dived there. The referee's not giving it, but never.
He's not giving a yellow card for that then. Come on, referee.
Should have given a yellow card. If it's not, I'm of the view if it's not a pit, if you dive, and if it's not a yellow card, it's either a penalty or it's a yellow card. And if he's not given either, it's down to the sort of consistency that you want referees to be playing at. If someone dives, you book them or you give the sort of thing in their way, and hasn't.
That's what I was going to say, though. It's only down to the inconsistency of other referees that's probably not the case, isn't it? Because I'd quite like that across the board, but it's probably never going to happen.
I think referees are afraid in the sense that they don't want to book someone for diving in case it isn't actually a dive. They see it as being a dive, but they could be wrong, and they don't want to sort of take the hit on that. But again,
Oh my God, Stephen O'Donnell, man!
To give away a penalty.
No,
another one.
Ball comes in. Sods tries to take a touch in his own box.
Friend of the channel.
So wait, what's happened? Is anything bad actually happened?
No. Ball's gone out for a goal kick, but Sods is just... That's 2 big mistakes he's made today. And that's a goal for Liverpool.
Yes, come on. You did another. Come on, the Reds.
Napa's mum. Napa is not even saying hello to Stefan. Hi, Gogsy and Adam.
I don't know who Napper's mum is, but that's okay.
It's the mother of one of the boys that comes on the channel sometimes when we do European streams.
She's just not seen my face, so she's just not realised I'm here.
Yeah. Cactus Jack says, looks like my theory of a Hara up there maybe come true. Well, it's about time we saw something. Hara's actually got the fight that some players in our team don't actually have. So it would be great to see Hara come back in and then see what he still has in terms of quality.
Maybe you should have turned the Liverpool game on, actually. I'm just thinking I'm watching Soccer Saturday, but I didn't realise that the Liverpool game was on another Sky channel.
Yeah.
Could have done. Salah ghosting in at the back, stick to nod home. You love to see it. Hopefully another. Thanks very much.
What are you actually waiting on?
Just Liverpool. I've just a wee treble because it's on Sky and it's on Willie Hill, but Willie Hill only let you put it on with a £5. So I've got 15 on it across the 2 accounts, and I'm waiting on a combined 90. I think it is 5-1. Yeah, so Fingers crossed.
Sweet. Oh my god.
I'm glad I don't bet. There's too much pressure around that. I get annoyed when Nigeria didn't win in the World Cup against Iran, so certainly not going to bet on football.
Honestly, mate, I wish I was like you, but it's tough, man. It's tough. You get caught in it's all the adverts and like stuff like that. It's just I don't know.
It's pure bad when you think about it.
It is.
Like how
it's
much
everywhere.
Like even in
it's
football,
absolutely everywhere. And it gives you something to do. I often find if I'm sort of watching, because the Premier League, if there's like four fixtures on a Sunday, Sky often do like an enhanced where they'll give you sort of 4 teams or whatever. And it's the temptation because it just makes it interesting. I don't know.
Thing is,
it makes the games a lot more interesting as well if you've got something riding on it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think for me, I do have an addictive personality. I can get like addicted to like things, like a lot of like routines. Like I'm addicted to Twitter. I'm addicted to my phone. I'm addicted to drinking, like fizzy drinks and all that.
Football Manager.
Oh no, don't like Football Manager. Well, I don't say I don't like it. I've never played it. I've never had the sort of, like wanting to play it. I like FIFA's career mode. That'll do me. I'm quite a simple man.
If you like FIFA's career mode, you're a basic bitch, mate.
FIFA's a wee boy's game. Football Manager's a man's game.
Good. I couldn't agree more, Adam. I could not agree more.
I'll be basic. It's okay. I don't mind. The thing is, I get angry at FIFA, and if I get angry at Football Manager, I'd be punching about a £1,300 laptop, and it's probably not the smartest.
Understandable.
I'll break a £50 controller every day of the week, but I won't be doing that to a laptop. But no, what I was saying was with gambling.
Oh yes! Come on, Devanico, 1-0 to the well. Yes. Brilliant play by Chris Long as he cuts inside, left foot shot, and I think Devanico gets onto the end of it, and Motherwell have taken an undeserved lead against St Mirren. Come on!
So professional, I love it.
That was superb.
Get the corners and booking, Stefan. Come on!
That was absolutely tremendous.
Oh my god!
Final thing on the gambling thing. When the fun stops, stop.
Brilliant. I've just seen Lyndon Dykes has grabbed the second for QPR this afternoon, so that's good.
His first goal was tremendous. That was the
header. You see it?
The diving header, phenomenal. Do you know, if he could just have sort of done more in his last couple of Scotland appearances, I would have been really delighted with him, but he did not have a great sort of international campaign there. Oh, somebody swore. Just in it.
Mark Hanna said, "Oh, you bastard, I watched 62 minutes of pitch go to make a cup of tea and miss the goal."
Half time for the tea making.
Exactly.
I know, that's amateur. That's basic stuff, Mark. Come on.
Come on, Mark. Do better.
Don't get bitter, get better.
I love that.
Don't get bitter, get even. That could be a massive goal for the club.
It could, considering Hamilton are losing as well. It must make the sort of rivalry that more fun. You can go on Twitter tonight and slag Hamilton. If Rangers lose tomorrow to Hibs, I would go on and slag them, but they've won the league, so there's not really any point.
St Mirren must be spewing, having just missed out on the top 6 as well.
And just missed a penalty.
Oh, please.
Thing is, with St Mirren, I really like Jim Goodwin. I like what he's done.
Devani? Oh, wrong side. Oh, he could have been in there.
I like what he's done, but and he must be second that he's let a team like St Johnstone sort of out pip them at the post. So yeah, unfortunate for him. But
what are you trying to say about St Johnstone?
Nothing. Why? What did I say? Did I say
I don't
like,
know, just a team like St Johnston. I thought you were going to just start slating them all.
No, I wouldn't slate.
Johnston are the second most successful club in the last 10 years.
Oh, I've seen that. No, nothing against
Please
St Johnstone, bar the fact that they give away fans like access to like 3 stands of their ground. That would be
That's
my only,
honking.
that would be my only gripe. But
And their seats. They need to get all blue seats.
oh my God, Christopher Iyer doing a Virgil van Dijk here. He's just ran right through the spot. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Oh, that's phenomenal. I think who's knocked that in? El Yunusi again, who's knocked it in. A great, Virgil van Dijk-esque run from Christopher Iyer right through the middle of the park. The ball flicks up and it's fallen to the feet of El Yunusi, who's knocked that one home. I want to see this again. He takes it from his own half. By 1, he slides. By 2, by 3, plays it into El Yunusi, and he just chips that coolly over Robbie McCrory. That's a great goal. Well played from Christopher Iyer. Even better finish from El Yunusi. 5 million. Sign that man up. A double. Great goal. Phenomenal.
The Norwegians linking up.
Yeah, that is.
I'm just needing 2 corners and 3 bookings for the Celtic game.
I think you get the corners. You're not getting the bookings, Gogsy.
I can tell already.
There's been nothing to suggest. There's been a couple of challenges that I would say maybe lucky to not get a booking, but it was one in the first minute. I think Sibbald, Forrest on Sibbald, that was lucky to escape a booking. But yeah,
Livy not cutting all that frustrated Stefan. No,
not at the moment. I've got my volume down, so I can't hear what David Martindale would be inevitably.
Probably just as well.
David Turnbull, Celtic making changes here. Ali and Ayeti's coming on. David Turnbull's heading off. Who else is coming on? Tom Rogic. I don't understand why David Turnbull doesn't get 90 minutes.
See that all the time. I don't get it either.
I'm cutting a frustrated figure here because he deserves to play 90 minutes. He's good enough to play 90 minutes. He's not Tom Rogic. He doesn't, sort of run out of steam. He's a great player. I don't get it. It's strange, but yeah, Celtic brought on 2 subs there. So Turnbull came off for Rogic, and I think Edouard went off for Ali and Ayeti. But yeah, 5-0 here at Celtic Park.
Absolute procession. Yeah, Queen of the South have taken the lead against Inverness Caledonian Thistle in the longest fixture name in Scottish football.
Good side, Queen of the South.
Indeed. Clancy's got his yellow card out.
Can Motherwell hold on, do you think, Gogsy?
I don't know. I'm starting to need the toilet. I'm at that stage.
Just quickly, Bartley and Forrest went off for Livingston. I didn't catch who came on. I'm going to jump to their Twitter feed and find out. I can't go over that El Yunusi goal. That was just spectacular.
The wee free kick for St Mirren. Ball's been whipped into the box, cleared by Sods, and it's out for a corner to St Mirren. The pressure is being piled on into the Motherwell box. Not liking it at all.
Can't help but... Sorry, Stefan.
On you go, mate. On you go.
I was just going to say, I can't help but notice that 3 of the 5 top-tier fixtures are 1-0. There's Stefan watching Celtic coast a 5-0 win, and the others a 2-2 draw that I should have been covering. Great.
I was saying before the game to Gogs, I was like, I hope this isn't a 0-0. I'll take like a 1-1 or something good. But it's been 5-0. It's been great. Just to say that Effie Ambrose and Jibril Diani came on for Forrest and Marvin Bartley for Livingston. I just seen Wilson Christie there. He was on the bench, but I don't know who he's came on for. I've missed that substitution. Apologies.
No, that's no problem, mate. 2-0 up you, Adam, says Mark Hanna.
Only a matter of time, mate. Not a problem. I'm willing to wait another week.
Sooner John Joe Kenny goes back to Everton, the better. It's been terrible for. I won't say it's been terrible, but he's not been great for Celtic.
Nathan McGinley there.
Come on, Bournemouth, 3-1. Please, Liverpool. Break me Goggs' heart.
Villa's just missed a chance Villa hit the post about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
That's the type of luck that we need. A wee counter up the other end of the park. That's all it takes.
Oh no! Get it cleared. Get it to fuck.
The beans and toast has been shattered.
This is the exact type of game I was talking about earlier. This is a type of typical Motherwell display.
Oh, that's a great ball over the top, but it's going to fall to Robbie McCrory.
Yes, another clearance. Right, I'm going to the toilet quickly. My bladder's not taking this.
It's too tense. Big man's out of here.
You never see Jeff Stelling jumping off set to go for a wag.
That's that 40 seconds. That's why he's timing the breaks. He knows exactly how long it takes him. Nip along the corridor, bang, back along.
I couldn't do that. I was doing a live radio broadcast at college once, and I needed the toilet. I was bursting. I was doing like a 4-hour show, and it was like 2 hours in. I'm like, I'm needing the toilet, so I put on 2 songs, and I couldn't fit. I had to nip it before I had to go back because I was bursting. There was too much to sort of do before the songs ended. It was horrendous. So. I commend Goggsy for just doing it live on air, but yeah.
Our broth have got one back. Come on, the red lifties. Just secure it. Then it's done. And then our season's done. Oh, I don't know what I want. I don't care.
At least your team has won the league, whether or not it's been officially confirmed or not. Celtic haven't been.
Great, mate. I'm ecstatic at winning the second tier. It's what we dream of as a club. It's what it's all about.
With all seriousness, as a club like Hearts, do you celebrate winning the championship, or is it just sort of it's a means to an end to get to the Premiership?
Not this time. I think it'll be the least anticipated league win ever. I think the 14-15 season with Rangers and Hibs, that's at least sort of not saying it's right or wrong, but I mean it's a decent achievement, and particularly I think it was 91 points from 36 games or whatever. Absolutely romped it. But this has just been dire. I'll probably celebrate.
Was that not under Robbie Nielsen as well?
Yes, point being.
Yeah. No, I was just asking.
Robbie Nielsen, genius at winning secondary trophies.
And listen, even as United team, like I don't mean to disrespect the other teams, but that Dundee United budget and playing squad, he should have walked that league and ultimately did. So I don't know. Just let's not talk about Robbie Nielsen. I'm going to be more pleased when Hearts win a corner in a Premiership game than they are winning the Championship. I'll say that much. Thanks very much.
Who went to Wraith Rovers against Arbroath? Jack
Hamilton. Saying that Arbroath pulling one back could be confirmed today, but hooray.
Lee Irwin's coming off, being replaced by Dermis. And Erhahon off and being replaced by, I don't know who it is.
Lee Griffith's about to come on for Celtic. Don't know who's going to come off for him, but
Edward, surely no.
No, he's already went off.
Oh, did he? Who did he get to
a Yeti came on. It's a strange substitution. I don't understand why he's bringing on Griffiths. Elyounoussi's gone off for James Forrest. I think Scott Brown's going to go off for Sorrow in a second. I'll find that out. But yeah, Elyounoussi, 2 goals today. He's heading off. He's going for a shower, rightfully deserved. I hope he enjoys it.
Adam, do you genuinely fear relegation next season? Says Michael Presley.
At this current minute in time, yes.
No chance.
No, mate, I'm telling you, we need a good few recruits, as we do every blooming window. But yeah, particularly at the back. I mean, I think the lack of clean sheets in this league has been worrying. And despite how good Craig Gordon is, I think some of the clowns playing in front of him play a big part in that. So I'd like to see a couple defensive recruits, certainly, yeah, and then you can come back to me. But at the minute, we're just
Would you have kept
great.
a hold of Christoph Berra?
Absolutely not. No
Okay.
chance. There's a reason why he's gone to, with all due respect, Wraith Rovers. I mean, I like Rovers. I've got a wee soft spot for them, and they play decent stuff. But even I think I'm looking at it thinking, why have you done that? I thought I didn't even think that his stock would be as high as that.
He's played for Scotland only a couple of years ago as well. To think how fast of a decline he's been on, but
it was just that injury that he picked up in the win over Celtic at Tiny. I think the Lafferty winner, Stefan.
Yeah,
he went off that day, and obviously, I think we were so desperate to get him back that it was then rushed and aggravated the injury, and it's just Hearts' handling with injuries is terrible.
You have a soft spot for everyone, Adam.
No, only a select few.
no brother, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. I'm begging that Kelty Hearts do them in a playoff.
Barry Ferguson, the manager of Celtic Hearts, as well. I've seen that.
And they've got the word Hearts in their name, so you've got a soft spot for them as well.
Can wear my scarf. Happy days. Hearts, maroon and white, brilliant. Decent wee jaunt. Could even nip along. Happy days.
I've actually played right next to the ground.
It's not a bad wee setup, is it?
That's
New
good.
Central Park, is it? No.
It's a good wee setup.
Ryan Christie was on the ball there. Thankfully for the Sky, he didn't shoot.
I don't want to imagine that, Mark. No thanks. It's already bad enough when you see the likes of Kai Kennedy running at Christoph Berra. So no thanks.
I look at teams that are in this Premiership just now. Hamilton, Ross County. I think Hearts would beat them. And if they were in the relegation zone, I couldn't see them going down, to be honest.
Last season, Hearts didn't beat Hamilton at all.
No,
I
that's
don't know
right.
which is surprising, but
Drew twice with them at Tiny and lost through there.
when you look at it though, like a club of Hearts stature should not be anywhere near the relegation zone. They're the biggest club in Edinburgh. They shouldn't be in the Championship. So it's strange to see them down there.
See, I was actually at the last Hearts Hamilton game of last season, the 2-each draw at Tynecastle.
That's one. Sorry, mate. Go on.
When Hamilton were 2-0 up after about 20 minutes.
That was
then
one of
the
few Hearts games I missed. Thankfully, I was in Barcelona with my ex, and I was watching Barca struggle to win over Getafe. So I got to see Lionel Messi. It was quite the upgrade from Donis Avdiai.
Do you miss big Uchek Piazzu?
No, not particularly, mate. I mean, there's so many of these clowns that we could just go through. Let's just not. No, I don't.
Uchek Piazzu, a big, strong, muscly guy of a player. He would flatten MD, but maybe not the best footballing ability.
Well, I was going to say, if he'd had everything, he wouldn't have been at Hearts. He was at Hearts for a reason. So as much as he's a big physical, brute, for want of a better word, maybe not the best ball player, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Aidan Nesbitt has scored for Morton at Dundee. It's 1-0 to Greenock Morton.
A player who was tipped to do very well at Celtic, Aidan Nesbitt, but fell away under Brendan Rodgers.
Do you miss Aaron Hickey?
Oh, every day, that young man. Unbelievable. We were on about David Turnbull earlier, and you obviously...
Come on, play him through! Play him through! Go on! Devani! What the fuck is that, man? Honestly! Oh, my days. Sorry about that, but...
That's all right, mate.
And Devani takes the ball off. I think it's Stephen O'Donnell.
Devani O'Donnell.
He takes a touch. He looks up and he puts the ball about 10 yards wide of the post.
I could see your eyes of sadness when he missed.
All the hope sort of evaporated from his face, didn't it? But no, going back to the whole Hickey thing, talked about David Turnbull, and it's just so refreshing to see youngsters given a chance. And ultimately, he was thrown in the deep end by Craig Levein to an extent. But that's been a major criticism of Robbie Neilson this season, and Hearts haven't had a single player under the age of 20 or 21, I think, make any sort of appearance. They've given absolutely no minutes to any teens or whatever. So it's a big bugbear. And I mean, David Turnbull and Aaron Hickey are probably the best two teenagers, if you like, that I've seen come through in Scottish football for a good few years.
Yeah, no, I couldn't disagree with that. Whatever happened to Harry Cochrane at Hearts? Because
this is another thing, mate.
Celtic, and then just sort of went on loan to clubs like Dunfermline, etc.
Dunfermline was most recently at Montrose. I don't want to give sort of sources away, but I had heard through word of mouth that it seems to be a sort of mentality thing, and that I don't know whether he's sort of thought that he's made it kind of earlier than he actually has, if you see what I mean. I just think, I don't know. Again,
only what against Barcelona?
But with it goes back to Levein, where again he due to Hearts' terrible recruitment under Cathro, Levein then gets the gig, and he sort of gives youngsters a chance, which I'm all for. But then it just became too dependent on the likes of Harry Cochrane. Anthony McDonald was another that was tipped and was breaking through on the cusp of the first team at that time. And it just, I don't know, it seemed as though Levein gave them to a window to an extent, brought in more experienced players, and then chucked the pair of them out on loan. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think there needs to be a better pathway for youngsters breaking in at the likes of your Hearts', Aberdeens and whatever. Aberdeen seem to give youngsters much more of a chance than Hearts do. And Hibs have always been good with youth as well. So I don't know. There's something fundamentally wrong at Hearts with the academy. And again, this harps back to, if we're changing Robbie, we don't want it to solely be the manager. We want sort of changes from top to bottom to give us a sort of plan or an identity moving forward. And we've not got that at the minute.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think it's a shame for Cochrane if his attitude has let him down, that he thinks he has made it after that goal against Celtic, because it falls under the similar bracket of Tony Watt against Barcelona, because it felt like he'd made it. Well, what are Celtic doing here? Dear oh dear. A lot of back passage of playing there, and Scott Bain almost made a howling into the back of his own net. But Tony Watt scoring it against Barcelona, the guy thought he had made it, and now he went on loan to Charlton's, and then he left Celtic and went to like a plethora
had more clubs than Tiger Woods, didn't he?
Yeah, including Hearts. So it's strange, but I'm glad he sort of found his place at Motherwell. Because he has a good talent, and he did have a lot of potential. But he
scored.
Oh,
hey.
Is that 2-2?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Funny enough, while I was setting up to do interviews on Tuesday there, Tony Watt came over and said hello. Well, obviously socially distant. Like, we were still about 10 yards away, but he still came up and said hello. And
another friend of the channel.
Yeah, he is a friend of the channel, unofficially.
He's one I'd love to have seen work out at Hearts, but it just didn't for whatever reason. I think this might sound a bit daft. He's probably too intelligent to be a Hearts player. I just think he's got a really good footballing brain, and our style's always been sort of lump it long, and just, I don't know, maybe it was just a case of, I mean, let's be frank, his partner was Connor Salmon at one stage as well. What are you meant to do with that? So, I don't know.
We've also had Connor Salmon.
I think, fortunately, Celtic have never had Connor Salmon. I said last week he's got more of an ability in advertising pizza than he does at football. So,
that is tremendous. That picture, that is superb.
The pizza looked bogging as well, but anyway. He was advertising a boggin
dear.
pizza more than his boggin footballing ability.
We've got 6 minutes plus stoppage coming up here. I don't know how far you are into your games.
I've got 5 minutes, maybe 4.5 coming up left. Thankfully, there's been nothing more since that El Unisi goal, from a Celtic perspective, sadly. But Livingston will just be begging this clock to wind down faster and faster.
Patiently awaiting a late Liverpool winner, hopefully. Sorry, Gogs.
My mate's just texted me and said, "Did you really just say that Hearts are the biggest club in Edinburgh?" I'm surprised no one else in the chat picked up on that one.
That's going to get clipped. I didn't want to pick up on it, Stefan, because you're absolutely bang on the money, mate. So thanks for that.
All right, mate. Just for clarification, I did say that, and I stand by it.
Yeah,
my man.
I'm probably going to get sniped for it because I'm close with a couple of Hibbies.
So, go on.
I'm sorry, but was it Hibs fans that brought out, was it the Natural Order, or was that the Hearts fans?
No, it was the Hibs fans in reference to comments that Levine had made.
Ah, right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the Natural Order is Hearts, then Hibs, then Edinburgh City.
I think it's the other way around, to be honest.
Oh, do you think it's Hearts, Edinburgh City, then Hibs?
No, I think it's Edinburgh City, then Hearts and Hibs.
Hey, what are you saying about City? What a team!
Oh, Celtic advancing 6-0.
I had a couple of pals. I had a couple of pals that played for City.
Aye.
Ryan Christie's scored. He's taken a shot and it's not went over the bar. It's not went out of the stadium.
Is he scored from range?
No, he's quite close in. Terrible defending from Livingston. I think that's Ambrose that's gave that away. And Christie just slots that beyond Robbie McCrory. Great finish. Surprised it's not went over the bar, but a lovely finish into the bottom corner. And good to see Ryan Christie taking shots from a decent range and scoring. So yeah, Celtic 6, Livingston 0. Gogsy, I did not expect this result at the start of the stream.
Yeah, I was expecting probably maybe a 2 or a 3-1.
I had 2-0
sort of job. Yeah, because Livingston have been notorious for being hard to beat. Speaking of Livingston, David Martindale says, "I think I better go back to jail." Am I still wanted? Adam, can I ask why the Hearts fans are protesting with a lowercase t and Nielsen out?
Oh, I know.
See the amount of non-Hearts fans I've had message me asking about this. Right, okay, so the best way that I can explain it is when there was protests regarding Craig Levein, the Foundation Plaza that Hearts have made just outside the new main stand at Tynecastle had been, the club crest had been decimated with spray paint with Levein out, and it was all capped up bar this little T on the end. So Hearts fans have kept it as like a running joke. So when the hashtags of hashtag budge over Nielsen out are all capped up, with the exception of the -T, it's basically in reference to the Levein out initially.
Okay, I respect that, Patter.
I think it's shocking, Patter, but that's just my opinion.
I don't respect them spray paint over any club crest, but I respect the patter of it.
Well, I mean, the message was a credible one.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
Did you say it was outside the main stand?
Yeah, so the new main stand that I'm in, it's...
Is that the one they built and forgot to put seats in?
Yes. And one of the many in the list of shambles that has happened of Hearts in the recent years. So, yeah.
That was did that not like break international news or sports news of international coverage that a football team in Scotland had built this brand new spanking, main stand? It was glorious.
£12 million or whatever it was.
Yeah, a lot of money spent. It looks great. The only thing that they forgot was the actual thing that they needed, which was seats for people to sit on.
See when I actually break it down, over the past few years, I've been very embarrassed on multiple occasions by Hearts.
Oh,
for the most part, it's been, it's you take the good and the bad simultaneously, but these past few years, goodness gracious me.
I can see why, because one thing that annoys me about the new Hearts stand is the halfway line doesn't line up with the tunnel.
Oh, please don't.
Oh no, that's awful.
I know.
And
It
that
is.
really bugs me when I first seen that. That sent my
OCD.
OCD into overdrive. I was going to say ADHD, but my OCD, I don't have ADHD, but my OCD went into overdrive because I was like, that just doesn't sit right with me. I had to turn the game off. I couldn't watch it. It was
What?
that horrendous.
What's even more annoying is the fact that currently, with the sort of COVID guidelines and whatever, they've got the tunnel within the main stand, and they've also got one at the Wheatfield stand on the opposite side. So
Yeah.
one of them's lining up and the other doesn't,
Oh, that is
to make
horrendous.
it even more annoying. So, yeah, not great.
Dundee have equalised against Morton. It's money.
Oh,
Oh, Dundee are going to nick a late winner. That'll be a crease.
How have we been playing? I'll be honest, we are so lucky to be 1-0 up against St Mirren.
a late equaliser from Dermis would
Shut
be
up.
surprising.
No, it literally has been all St Mirren this game. But I think it'd be justified if we won this game because we've dominated St Mirren two of the 3 games we've played against them this season, and we've not beaten them yet. So I think it would sort of even things out.
Full time from Rugby Park, Killy 2, Ross County 2. Does neither
Brilliant.
side any real favours.
Oh, brilliant.
Football's the real winner there,
That moves Motherwell 8 points clear. Am I sure? Am I right on that?
as it stands.
As it stands, unless Dermis scores a late equaliser.
Sharp.
This happens, I apologise. This will be the last time you see me on this stream. Well, the last time you hear me because you won't see me. Ha!
I really beg that Hearts don't have some cringy tweet lined up if it is secured. Please don't embarrass me.
And it's game over at Celtic Park. A decent game for the Celtic perspective. It's Celtic 6, Livingston 0. There's David Martindale. He does not look a happy figure. Not that you would
Certainly
be, but
doesn't seem it in the comments either.
he's quite an angry wee fella for his size. You know, he's not somebody you'd mess with.
He's a gadget, isn't he?
I don't know what that is.
He's a Raj gadget.
Fucking piss. Oh my!
What is it?
Is it 1 each?
No, it's 2-1 Liverpool, man.
Oh,
Yes! Is it actually?
Yes.
Oh, get in. Who is it? Salah.
I don't know. I just got a notification saying
Oh,
it's 2-1 in like
yes.
the 92nd minute.
Oh, there's no better feeling. Superb scenes.
I thought Dermis had scored or something.
So did I. I was
We've got a corner. It's fine. We've got a corner. We're wasting time.
Your coupon hasn't come in as far as the Celtic game goes. No bookings. I don't know even if it made corners.
Oh, yeah. Dancer. Sorry, mate. Get
It's
in.
okay, mate. Celebrate. Go for it.
I'm just seeing the goal now. Trent crosses.
Oh, lovely
Mane.
play. Go on. Barry Maguire. Oh,
Oh, what a finish it is on the edge of the box. It is Trent. Oh, yeah, beauty.
He's the most overrated right back on the planet, along with Robertson being the most overrated left back on the planet.
Wow.
Sorry.
I wouldn't disagree with the Trent shout, but I do like Robbo.
I like him, but I think Tierney's
that was
better.
a great save as well.
Well, at least I've got a score right in my previews. I had Aki's 0, Dundee United 1. I think that's Hamilton all but down, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Here's hoping.
Fingers crossed.
Sure.
Sorry, Aki's fans, but
There's not many of them. It's fine.
there's another reason to hate Hibs, actually. They're the reason that Aki's have stayed here so long.
Yeah, I
How
know.
can you be 2-0 up in a two-legged playoff in the first game and get beat on pens to Hamilton?
It's quite poor when you think about it.
Tragic.
Hibernian Football Club lost their place in the Scottish Premiership to Hamilton Academical.
Blowing a 2-goal lead in their
Yeah.
two-legged tie. Disgrace.
I think
Well,
That
Kelly
was
and,
amusing.
Get it.
Kelly and Hamilton are in trouble.
Do you think Kelly will get that playoff spot, do you?
Yeah, I think they will get the playoff spot. They've got too good a team to not do it. I'd be surprised.
Come on.
But I think that's Ross County and Motherwell are definitely safe now.
It was only between those three for me. I'm not just saying this because I'm on Goggs' channel, but I think Motherwell were fine. Even despite all the injuries and whatever, they seem to just, I don't know. They're not as bad as the other three.
Someone clip Goggsy dancing. I love it.
Goggsy seems more happy that Hearts are champions than I do.
5-0 Brentford at Preston.
Oh, they have tweeted. Do me a favour.
What have they tweeted?
Just a photo of champions. 2021 Scottish Championship winners.
God.
That is tragic.
So is that going to be a star above the badge on the kit?
that'll be the second one because they'll commemorate Robbie's first.
A decent achievement when you look at it. It's still hard to win a league.
Mate. Don't wind me up. Shut up. You sound like Chris Sutton now. Oh,
Hearts
God.
didn't even win 75% of their league games this season.
And have simultaneously been dumped out of the cup competitions by Alloa Athletic and Brora Rangers. Not
And Celtic
interested.
Football Club.
Well, that was technically last season, but thanks. Thanks for the reminder, mate. Hooray!
Right. Just keep this out. It's a free kick for St Mirren.
Dormus with the header.
No. It's at the wall. And it's gone through Dermot's legs. Oh my
I've
God.
got one each in the Motherwell game as well, Goggsy. I'd quite like a second correct score.
That's fine. I mean, I'd be happy with a correct score as well in the case that I said 2-0. No, I said 2-1 Motherwell. So no, that's too much excitement for one day.
No, it's not going to happen. You'll grind out the 1-0 win.
Yeah.
How long's left?
Joseph Coyle
in the
just seen...
96th minute.
Joseph Coyle, I know it's great that we've won the league, but I really don't care. Fantastic. Back where we belong. Here we go.
Hearts 2 are 21-22. Come on.
Yes. What JTs?
It'll be good to have Tynecastle back in the Premiership.
Absolutely. Oh, I don't want to spend 30 quid on a match ticket.
But one of the best sort of stadiums to go to in terms of atmosphere. It's so close to the pitch. I love it.
This is what I was
sort of playing at Tynecastle because over the years he's sort of picked up results. But from atmosphere wise, it's a great stadium to have, especially if it takes away New Douglas Park.
Oh yeah,
it's got the reputation that it does for a reason, but I think it's only for the bigger games. I mean, Goggsy, for as a Motherwell fan, do you get that same feeling? I can't imagine that it's that. Nah,
absolutely.
Do you still get a feeling that it's even kind of atmosphere wise? Because I always think that games, unless it's kind of the old firm Aberdeen and Hibs, other than that, I think it's a bit flat.
And when Hearts play against us, like, it's usually a good game between us two.
That's true.
And like both sets of fans usually bring a lot to either game. So I always enjoy a Motherwell Hearts game because it's always going to be a tight, feisty affair.
How is that game still going, Goggsy? How many minutes for that?
There's been another injury.
But I agree with Stefan's comments. I think the Hearts Celtic's up there atmosphere wise for a Scottish fixture, definitely. Love it.
One of the best.
Of course I'll give Hearts the money, John Mitchell. I've got to keep 100% record next season.
Have you got 100% record at Tiny?
No,
because that League Cup game.
No, as in like next season I want to have 100% attendance record.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I've done it 3 times. Like home, away, and friendly, every single game.
Jesus,
so,
I can do that. As a Celtic fan, like there's games at Celtic Park I say, and I'm like, I'm not going to that. Like Hamilton, for example, or even St Johnstone games,
I hate playing St Johnstone.
yeah,
No
they're just-
time! 98 minutes on the clock. Motherwell 1,
98.
St Mirren 0. We are stayed up, sir. We are stayed up.
clip it, someone clip it.
Come
Well
on.
done, mate. Chuffed for you. Well done, mate.
Yeah,
We
no,
will be
that's a
playing
decent
Norwich
result.
next season.
When you come on through the tiny gogsy, I'll get you a pint. There you go, mate.
Oh, yes.
Happy
I'd
days.
love that, mate. That'd be great.
There must be Motherwell fans in my street because horns are blaring, people cheering. I've got no idea what's going on here.
It's either that or mad jambos have made the trip through.
And either that. I don't know what's going on. I can hear these.
Honk
these
if you're on
organs,
it.
you know.
Come on.
Unless somebody's won the Grand National.
Oh my goodness.
Grand
I'm
National
hearing that.
quarter
Hold on.
past, no.
Quarter
2
past,
seconds.
aye.
I need to see what that is.
Excellent 3 points. I had a feeling, like, I didn't want to say it in case that it jinxed it, but as soon as we saved the penalty, I had a feeling we were going to go and win that.
I'm sorry, lads. I've got no clue what's going on. I've got hear some woman shouting through a megaphone. Unless she's just won the Grand National and she thought, well, screw it. I've
It's-
got no idea.
It's always moments like that, though, Gogsy, that you sort of wonder that it's going to be your day, though, eh? Something like a penalty save. You're like, maybe it's just written.
Like it was always going to be our day after the penalty save.
Yeah.
Like usually I'd be nervous as hell, but today I was like, no, we're going to win this.
Were you surprised?
I'm not surprised that we won this because, like, as I said before the game, like, I think we'll win today because we had something to play for where St Mirren didn't really. Because
Yeah.
St Mirren are safe. St Mirren missed out in the top 6, so that's their season over unless they do something in the Scottish Cup. So
Who are they playing in the Scottish Cup?
they are
Good
playing.
question.
Johnston.
I can't even remember who they've got in the Scottish Cup.
No, if St Johnstone not got Clyde. Did I not see that?
Oh, aye, they do, aye.
Who have St Mirren got? I lost all interest after the second round, so...
Why was that?
Do you know what? I've got the fear that Hibs will win it. I really do. I think this is
No.
their year. I
No.
swear, mate.
Their year was in 2012 and they couldn't. Then their year was in 2016 and they did, which was great.
Mate,
but they're not there.
I'm telling you that the Old Firm have drawn one another. So there's a big hitter gone. Aberdeen and Livy have drawn one another. There's another, decent side out. Gogsy, please do the thing and knock them out. I beg.
I hope so.
Please.
I can't promise anything. But it's the honour of Motherwell being. This is 30 years since Motherwell won the Scottish Cup. And last night was the 30th anniversary of us beating Celtic in the Scottish Cup replay 4-2 with Colin O'Neill's 35-yard strike in the top corner.
That's knowledge right there.
Well,
And it'll be, see, the thing is, it'll be 6 months since Celtic last won a trophy. So, it's odds on that Celtic will win it in May. It'll be 6 months since they last won it. So it would only make sense.
The pain.
You've got pain, I suppose, from 2 Scottish Cup finals. We did it the year and a half before.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
That game, I thought Hearts, when Hearts scored through
Ryan Edwards.
Ryan Edwards. I thought,
The
St.
elation from that. Oh, unbelievable.
St Mirren have got Inverness at home in the next round.
so they do.
Tell you what, that'll be a good game. That I'd quite fancy that to maybe go the distance. I don't think that's as straightforward as St Mirren might feel.
I fancy Kelly Thistle for that one.
Cactus Jack, my man of the match for the game today was Liam Kelly. Without Liam Kelly today, his penalty save and a whole host of saves that he made from the St Mirren front men, like it could have been 4 or 5 before we even scored. So we basically FN St Mirren today. we didn't deserve to win today, and we managed to do it by a ball here. So the fact we did that, I'm absolutely over the moon. That's us all but confirmed our safety.
I think you're safe now.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought you were safe beforehand, so aye.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
said that on my podcast a couple of weeks ago, and then you get beat by Kilmarnock 4-1, and then I was no. But I jinxed you. But no, I think these are safe. You're 8 points from safety with 4 games to go.
Yeah, and
Nobody's
you've
making
got,
that up. Nobody's
Yeah.
making that up.
you've got Kelly and Ross County both dropping points today. You've got Hamilton dropping points. Hamilton are yet to play Kelly and Ross County.
I was
Kelly
about
are
to
yet
say,
play
aye, the
Hamilton.
fixtures and whatever. You'll be fine. That's it.
It doesn't.
That's it.
I think Hamilton, when you look at it, not to be down on Hamilton, but they've got the hardest fixtures coming up. They've not played Kelly yet. They've not played Ross County. They've still got Motherwell.
They'll get their usual 3 points against us as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that. At least they'll get that off of Motherwell. But I think Hamilton are down now. Whether it's the playoffs, whether it's automatically, they will not be in the Premiership next season.
And don't come back.
Yes, keep your plastic parks out of Scotland.
Aye.
Just
But, thank you everyone for those who came on and watched us tear our hair out, not watching a game, or whether it be casually watching your team get a 6-0 win, or Motherwell doing the Motherwell thing. But thanks everyone for coming on and watching. Thank you very much to Stefan and Adam. Their links will be in the description very soon. And yes, I've been your host, Goggs89. I bet you're sure Motherwell will be in the Scottish Premiership next season. And, drive safe, everyone.